Guys, let's talk about having the talk with your children.
Oh wow.
The talk. Okay, the talk is something that happens when every child, every kid goes through puberty, maybe the age.
Oh, you mean about is it?
Sure.
Okay,
Masturbation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, beating, rubbing one off.
Okay.
You know, having the talk. Okay.
I like Roeshan and MJ's expression right now, right?
Which is
they are so dead. Right.
no, MJ is dead. Roeshan's got some. Yeah, but MJ is dead also most of the time. So,
No. It's the stoic humor.
yeah, and the
He's
best
waiting for he's crafting that one-liner. He's crafting that one-liner.
and the best part is this is 4 people without kids talking about it.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, but it's okay. John is soon now.
Johnson.
Okay.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Yeah, how would you guys approach it, man? Personally, what was your experience with your parents?
My personal experience. My mom's. No, actually, I think I watched porn when I was like 8, bro. Because my friend told me to go visit nakedwomen.com. Oh, you also a fuck, man.
About 8, 9, something like
and
that.
then I didn't know what it was. I'm like, but why would you do that? And I remember his name. His name is Derek, but I can't remember his name.
You always remember that motherfucker.
Do you all hear about that scandal with one doll in America? It happened just like yesterday or something.
Oh shit, dude.
Doll.
So the doll was to promote the
Is
Wicked.
it?
You know the Wicked movie?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So in the box, they put it's supposed to be the QR code, the Wicked movie or whatever, right? But they left out the movie. So it's like www.wicked.com, which is a porn website.
Sounds like one.
So this doll is for like 9-year-old kids.
My.
So they all like scanning the QR code, taking their parents. Like kids now that they use phones from damn young age, right? Scanning and going to like a porn website. So they had to recall. It was and it's a very famous doll company as well.
Oh boy.
Shit, bro.
Yeah, you want to say first?
Oh, basically,
Yeah.
I just visited nakedwomen.com. My mom was like, what the fuck are you doing on nakedwomen.com? So my friend
No,
Derek
no.
told me to
Oh,
go
your
to
friend told
nakedwomen.com.
you at 8.
Yeah.
Ah.
Then I went on it. Then
Nice.
my mom was like, why the fuck you go on nakedwomen.com? I'm like, friend told me to do it. Why
How
did you
does
do
your
it?
mom know?
So the history lah.
Your mom check history?
Yeah.
Would your mom check history? My mom
My
didn't
mom
know
don't know how to use.
mine. Oh, your mom was always working with computers.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
mom, her client at the time was Pineapple Computers. Don't know whether you remember or not. And
I do remember.
Sorry.
and Gateway.
You know Mattel? You all know Mattel?
Yeah, the Barbie
That's-
creators.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
shit.
doll company.
Oh,
So
damn.
a snafu by Mattel which accidentally printed a URL for porn site on packaging for dolls based on Universal Pictures Wicked movie has yielded a bonanza of traffic for Wicked Pictures, the adult entertainment company that actually owns the web address. so they have high traffic. One day they woke up like, oh, damn, our website got high traffic because of Mattel.
I didn't even know
It's
Wicked.
like, yeah, then you find out all kids know.
a lot that created a lot of awkward conversations amongst parents and their kids.
Yeah.
So it is always an awkward conversation, bro. The first ever porn site I looked at, I still remember a cousin showed it to me. He was about 15 years older. It was www.sexmalayu.com.
Wow.
So he obviously was into Malay girls, yeah. But
wow.
I remember that. And then that was about 6, 7 like that, 7 years old something. And then
I don't know. I know this is not fun, but do you all think porn is healthy?
Yeah. Absolutely.
if
Bro.
you're absolutely
Yeah, absolutely.
I
And I'm a
find it-
married man. I'm just saying, man. Like,
married to porn or
married to my wife. But like, I'm not saying this for me. I'm just saying, like, there are a lot of guys out there, right? You gotta learn, and I think girls learn from it too. It's just that you don't really talk about it. It's like, imagine your
Okay, wait, let's talk about the experience first, or how to have the talk, and then we talk about the porn, whether it's good or-
Sure.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
how would I give a talk to my kid? Is that what you're asking?
Sure, your experience first, how your parents did it, and how you would do it.
My mom was better because she just said, why? You shouldn't do it. It's not good. But when the time comes, you'll learn. And I was like, when's time? You know what? Then I'll just tell you right now. Basically, you can get a woman pregnant if you have sex with her. Then I'm like, oh shit.
How old were you?
does that? I was like 9, bro.
Oh, no.
8 or
And
9. Then I was like, how does this happen? Then she's like, okay, I'm going to give it a talk. So she tells me about erections. She tells me about penetration. Tell me everything. And how people have weird fetishes. I'm like, wow. The world is so crazy, man. Then she was like, yeah, it is a crazy world. But that's why you should not let people take advantage of you, because there are crazy people who might like the young boys also. Then I'm like, holy shit. People like young boys also. She's like, yeah, it's a crazy world, man. So the conversation went on. I told my brother about it. Andrew was like, Where God?
But he's younger, right?
Yeah, Andrew's younger.
Too young, bro.
It's like, Drew, trust me, Drew. It's a fucking crazy world, man. Mom say it's confirmed true, dude.
No, but from what I heard, right, hats off to your mom.
Yeah,
that
because
is the
it's,
right way, man. No matter how fucking weird or how much it doesn't make any fucking sense to the kid, you remember all that shit years later.
Because I know,
Yeah.
right? So later on, when I'm like fucking 19 years old, I'm driving with my dad, and I already together my ex-girlfriend at the time. It was like, what, 3 years already? Then he just one day, don't forget. No. He just went, wait, don't forget to wear a condom. I'm like, Dad, it's a bit fucking late, right?
Yeah,
It's a bit fucking late, right? You tell me 3 years into my relationship.
Do you have a serious face?
No, I just told him like, you crazy, you're a bit late, right? Yeah, I remember where also, which road also. I remember
Did
he
you
told
say
me.
like, yeah, you're right?
No, he just kept quiet after that. My dad just did not approach it well.
I see.
Yeah, but I was lucky lah. And I think after that, my mom's brothers or my uncle also followed suit. He educated his kids damn young, man, like 10, 11, because they asked about it. He's like, okay, you're curious, you might as well tell you.
I think that's the perfect way. For me, just to cut it short, they completely avoided the
Oh,
whole
shit!
Completely.
Yeah.
I think that's very common
So you
among Asian.
self-discover lah.
Of course, I've got my it's just not hard to do. Got my elder brother who's very good with computers. You got friends in school, we're in this age. It's not too hard lah. I would assume it's actually quite common that Asian parents just avoid the whole thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Right? Yeah, yourself, MG?
My dad was like, they were very subtle about it. They say, okay, once I turned 13 especially, then he's like, now you can be a father, so please please be careful.
Bro, I think mine was a bit too early, So my mom told me all this, right?
No shit lah.
And I had pubic hair when I was like 11 or some shit like that lah.
Yeah.
I was a bit early lah, right? Wow, bro, went to school, was like, guys, I got fucking voodoo, eh. Then everyone's like, what the fuck?
No, then they asked for proof.
Yeah, bro. Then you
Yeah.
showed it, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
I was never the guy to flex about it. I was already shy about it.
Oh,
The voodoo, at 12 already when I got it, I was already shy about it lah.
So fucking funny, man.
Yeah, but my experience was 11. I was quite late actually.
It's not late lah, bro.
I don't know, Roeshan.
Bro, 11 is not late, man.
Interacting with porn. Unless you didn't.
Porn. Yeah. 15.
Well, that's
Oh,
really late.
shit.
That's late. That's
He's
late.
Catholic. That's how you know he's Catholic, yeah. But mine was 11. Also a cousin. My first one was naughty.com.
Naughty.com.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow, those
No, but who told you about it?
My cousin. It was in Taiwan. I remember.
man, damn, the names back then, they...
But the key thing, that like kind of shook me was again. I think my parents didn't really talk about all this penetration stuff and all that. So I always thought last time sex was just like the private parts,
Just like
touching each other, like just touching each other.
I remember the day I found out a girl had more than one hole down there. Like,
Yeah.
whoa!
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
What? What?
And then like, I felt like, wow, doesn't it hurt? Right, like doesn't it hurt for the girl?
No, it's the opposite actually.
Yeah. Yeah, after the first time lah, maybe, right? But that's how I learned lah. And for masturbation, did I tell you the story before? I think I told you guys before. For masturbation,
No.
the weirdest way I discovered masturbation.
How?
So the first time that happened, I was 13, I think. So it's again quite. I don't know when was the first time.
Wow, I fucking can't remember, bro. But it was young, man.
Mine was like 9 like that, bro. It's
9.
early also.
Hey, 9 can really.
10.
You're figuring things out, bro.
That time when I did it, I remember. I don't remember when was the first time. I don't remember exact age. But I remember you don't shoot anything. You shoot blanks.
Yeah,
right?
same.
You shoot blanks. You just feel good only.
I
Then I remember at 13 only. Then when Simon came out, I'm like, the fuck is this?
No, when Seaman came out, then I'm like, it's like the porn I'm watching.
Bro, it was crazy. Bro, because it was like the week before masturbation, right? Nothing. Then like few days after that, and I'm actually, now that you bring it up, right? I think the first time was in America, for me.
wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, by a trip lah. Not uni, right? A trip lah.
No. I was
Uni,
13.
right?
I went on a trip, and then it happened. And I'm like, wow, fuck.
What do you mean by it happened? What do you mean?
Because you're
So I
already
was
doing
masturbating
that.
and then it came out. Yeah. I was for a while already.
Wow.
Yeah. So for me, but I don't remember what age lah. I don't remember
For
when
me,
was the
it's
first
like
time also.
it's such a weird experience. So from 11, I discovered porn, and it's so weird, right? So obviously you start getting interested in looking at women a bit differently now. So then I'll just get
Those are the
get hard.
days,
That's it. You just get hard, and then I'm just like that. Lor. I thought that was the experience.
Oh,
Just
shit.
I didn't think of like
The finishing
stuff.
blow.
I didn't know that there was mechanics involved, right?
You thought that
But
was
the day I knew is such a weird story lah. But I was on the PS2.
holiday season hasn't even started and I've already gained weight. And you know what the hardest part about going on a diet is? Finding healthy, low in calories food that actually tastes good. La Juiceria Superfoods has got you covered. From low calories nasi lemak salads, pastas to cold pressed juices and poke bowls, your cravings will be fulfilled even on a diet. Not interested yet? Check this out. 10% off if you hit 5k steps in a day, 15% off if you hit 15k steps in a day. These amazing promos go hand in hand with a healthier lifestyle. La Juiceria Superfoods is super easy to locate with over 11 branches all over Klang Valley. So what you waiting for, guys? Start eating healthy and tasty food at La Juiceria Superfoods.
Okay.
I was playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Fantastic.
And then I was in my PJs, so there wasn't much, it's just a PJs.
Was it a silk PJ?
No, I can't remember.
It doesn't matter, sorry.
I can't remember. And then, when you play fighting games,
Vibrate.
there's a vibration.
Oh, fuck.
Actually,
It was on my groin. Then suddenly, then it vibrates. Every time I get hit, it vibrates. So then I was like, oh, that feels kind of good. But how do I get the control vibrating?
I need to add, were there sexy female Japanese characters?
No, bro, it's Goku.
Tenkaichi 3,
It's
bro.
Goku versus Cyberman or something like that, bro. Or
Shit, man.
Yajirobe, right? No, definitely not.
Damn.
Definitely not, right?
Krillin.
So yeah, Krillin, bro.
Okay.
Who's the honestly?
Android 18.
It's only Android 18. All the good-looking women don't fight in Dragon Ball except Android 18.
Yeah.
Android 18 is the
blonde hair
the-
girl.
But Krillin's
she's okay.
Yeah, I mean, Bulma is top lah, right? But
So you
don't
just let yourself get whacked?
no. But then like it only get whacked, but I'll die, right?
Yeah,
So I had to find a way to keep the controller vibrating,
but not die in the game.
but not die. So I found out a hack where if I pause in time, then it just keeps vibrating.
What, MJ? This is so you, even at that age,
That's how I.
Oh shit, you came from the controller.
But I've heard this. I definitely heard this before.
Yeah, okay, I'm not alone.
I've heard this before.
No,
I'm not alone.
It happens. You're literally trying to figure out what is that feeling, and are you just following it? You're just following
and I
it.
didn't know about semen. So like even though I watch porn, I didn't know anything comes out. So at 18, suddenly the first time you do it, like actually it's quite like worrying because you don't know what the hell is happening. You never experienced this before, right? So then when the ejaculate happened, then it's like then you start to see that oh shit comes out. Oh, this is.
But you knew it was cum as well, lah. Like at
No, I
first.
didn't even know. Like,
Yeah, same. For
so
me, I
I
was
just
like, what the
Googled,
fuck?
oh, okay. So like that was my
Oh, you googled it.
my discovery.
Actually, we are
Such
so
a weird-
unfortunate in the sense that we were born this generation where the internet was so laggy, you can't see the cum. It's like you see the first 2 minutes, you're like, okay, that's great.
No, it's
That's
all
porn.
144p, bro. How to
Yeah,
see?
yeah.
It's Minecraft, bro.
Cubes fucking each other.
Yeah.
We're also fortunate enough that once it happens, you can Google what is this thing that came out. It's,
Yeah, but then after that, that's when like it just steamrolls. Then then you know all the
then you got pro
all
at
the
it.
things.
Dude, imagine like, okay, so this is our generation. Before this, there was no fucking vibrating controllers or whatever. There's weird ways that people are gonna naturally stumble upon this. Happens to everyone.
Theirs
bro.
was like magazine, right? I think.
No, I'm saying even if you're not stimulated by porn or anything, there's a way, that for example, this is a common one with girls. They rub the pillow or something, their pillow.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Bro, my first ex-girlfriend, right? I was 17 that time. She told me she started masturbating at 6. I was stunned. And then I went and Googled it. And there was many of them, because girls hit puberty earlier, that had the same experience. It was this type of sort of, what do you call this, ignorance is bliss experience. They, there's something vibrating, the shower head, that type of shit lah.
You know Chuck Palahniuk story about that girl who like is a Girl Scout and then she figures out like it vibrates. It's like a vibrating pad. Then she invites all her friends to go on the vibrating pad. And then all the friends are like coming over to this girl's place to do on the vibrating pad. And then they're all like, wow, it feels damn good, man. So all the girls take turns to go
They
on
don't
the
know what
vibrating
it
pad.
is.
And then later on, the mom comes back and see all the girls there, like,
I heard this
rubbing
story.
on the vibrating pad. Then she takes the vibrating pad, she beats the shit out of her daughter. Then daughter can't come for like 40 years.
Oh, no, it's a
took
sad
a
story
turn.
now.
That took a turn.
Yeah, bro.
No, but no wonder I remember that story.
That's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is one of his movies or whatever, is
No,
it?
it's just a story. Yeah. How like it used to
Roeshan.
one up story.
Yeah, you, Roeshan. How did you receive the talk, and how would you plan on giving that talk?
Yes, I think my parents. I remember vaguely my mom talking to me and my brother when we were younger about being touched, but not about sex per se lah. So sex, we never had a conversation. But my godfather, my uncle, was a doctor. When I was about 13 or 14, he gave like a kind of a book for teenagers about your body. It didn't really talk about how to have sex, but it spoke more about like the changes that you go through, like pubic hair or having an erection. You know, some go left, go right, and even spoke about girls and what girls go through. So first, I think he gave it when I was 13. My parents didn't want me to read it yet, but eventually I got my hands on it when I was about 15, and that book was quite helpful.
Wait, what book is it? Sorry.
It's like a teenage book, a book for teenagers about the changes, puberty and masturbation and things like that lah.
Shit, I wish I had that book, man.
Not really about sex lah, you know, or not really how to lah. Not really how to, but yeah. But I mean, for me personally, I just want to preface everything by saying that for me, because I'm Christian, I generally believe that masturbation and pornography is something we should keep away from lah. So, but I'm upfront and I say that this is something that I've also done, but it's something that I also try to not do lah.
And then I think you work with like young teens, right? At the church, right?
Yeah.
So you probably have to deal with.
Yeah, and you know, some of my Sunday school students will come on to me, hey, I saw you on Let's Get It, and then I have to like.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. Yamcha sometimes I kena, Let's Get It, I
bad
kena.
influence lah.
Right, so I have to preface. I've learned to preface, and you know, I don't want to lie, but at the same time, I have to be honest.
They're getting introduced to the real world. But bro, I do think that along with a lot of other things, that pornography, excessive masturbation, is just something that there is a fine line lah. You cannot be too excessive lah.
It's actually life force, you know, like when you do it. And then the minute, you know, everyone talk about post-nut clarity, right? And then you are also at that point, like,
it's a real thing, man.
And you don't really want to, like, work. It's almost like a drug-like effect. And people actually do studies. They actually do studies on this, that when it's very excessive, it actually gets, it actually drains you of energy.
Yeah, but I think that the drug part is literally the feeling of jizzing, and not the post-nut clarity. I think the post-nut clarity makes you feel depressed.
No, I think it's twofold. Yes. So the drug part is the orgasm, and then after that you just get a flatness lah.
But I would just say that masturbation and pornography are two separate things lah.
Yeah.
Pornography in particular, I think, is not normal lah, because number one, it doesn't depict sex in a actual way. Number two, when you're really young, like your age, you get a hand on it, it can really mess up your
perception,
development, right?
Yeah.
And then third, as we all know, right, dopamine works in a particular way that you get one hit, you need more and more stimuli to make it effective.
Yeah.
And I also look at porn like how I look at vaping or whatever. It is a coping mechanism. I mean, for me, I've done it even when I didn't feel like doing it, just because sometimes I needed to go to sleep, for example.
Yeah.
Right? And so to me, it's just a coping mechanism, and it just masks a deeper problem.
I don't know if everyone has this phase, right? Every guy, where you do it like every day. Or like multiple times a day. I don't know if you have ever.
Multiple has been a while ago lah.
Yeah,
every day got lah.
But I think what my experience has been that if you do every day, it creates that flatness, and that dopamine like doesn't really work anymore. And that's actually really.
Wait, you're talking about pornography or masturbation?
Just pornography.
And of course, and masturbation, right?
And I think if you track those days where you're going like every day or multiple, you've actually tracked where you are in your life. There's probably some stresses or something that's going on.
Shit.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to say is about pornography specifically is there is an argument to be made that it's exploitative for women lah.
Yeah lah.
Because it creates a system where that you create a demand, and then there must be a supply, and these women, you can say that they're consenting to it.
You're talking about the industry, right?
Yeah. So the to be on Roeshan's point, I also agree that pornography is a net harm, because a lot of young kids that consume it, myself included, you have warped ideas of what sex is. You actually realize that most of the things you see that you think the girl is enjoying on the video because they look happy or whatnot, it's actually not what a lot of women want. Bar a few nymphomaniacs, of course, there are girls like that.
But the girl itself learned to pretend like she likes it or
In
whatever.
porn.
Yeah, no, I'm saying in real life because they themselves also
that's
watch
true.
porn.
That's true. But what actually ends up happening as well is they look at, to give a concrete example, they look at porn and they think, oh, she likes to get like slapped or choked. So then, if this is the first girl that they see, then they go into it, and then the girl gets traumatized. It's like, what's going on?
True.
Right? Of course, some ends up like pretending to like, and of course, there's
They
a
also
small
like it,
few that nymphos who like it.
I mean, you think about it, like you talk about a girl's first time being painful. So you talk about, normally if you talk to guys about, having sex, especially for Christians, let's say they are having sex for the first time after marriage, you have to normally talk to them about being gentle, right? Be slow, relax, communicate, talk, don't go like, a drill, right? What porn have you all watched that is gentle?
Go.
At the very least, bro, it's the minority.
Yeah.
It's going to be the minority.
And not only that, like the economics of the way porn works is that you have to keep doing crazier shit. Okay, as the actor or the actress, you actually if you want to be paid more, you need to do crazier stuff.
Yeah, I think that's how the industry works. But personally, I cannot.
Like no one's gonna just watch some basic softcore. Just I'm on top and she's at the bottom and that's it, right?
Go.
No, I know.
The way you say that fucked up, right?
No, God. But
Because you go so high, you're like, actually.
no, but the thing is, people watch that, then they're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to try something different. And then before you know it, you start liking things where, like, if people found out,
You ain't gonna tell nobody.
Weird shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Weird shit.
But bro,
So
see,
weird.
I feel like I'm like just now. What Roeshan was saying, like a lot of younger kids are, especially being exposed at this age.
Yeah.
And then now we got a high-speed internet. For us, we're not so crazy because high-speed internet didn't even exist. Not even if you have it as a luxury. But for me, right, I actually never liked, since day one, never liked professional. Always watched amateur. So I think maybe that saved me from being too crazy or something.
Yeah, so my saving was okay. So that's a good point.
We don't choose it, you just
It's not about that Android
That's a
portrait mode in landscape.
Right. Yeah, one angle. Only,
Yeah,
right?
one angle.
No, but you raised a good point. My saving,
The phone drops.
my saving.
Damn, girl.
The thing that got me to recognize the issues of that.
What issues?
This thing, like, you know how you avoid all the professional and the crazy stuff because you prefer the amateur stuff.
It's just my preference. I naturally,
So that kind of saved you, right? For me, it was a movie. I don't know if you remember, there was a movie called Don John.
Oh, yeah.
Scarlett Johansson and Joseph
Yeah.
Gordon-Levitt.
I would say it's one of the and Julianne Moore, right?
So Awakening, bro, that movie.
So yeah, I really like that movie because if I did not watch that movie, I wouldn't realize. And at that point in time, I was a virgin. At that point in time, I wouldn't know that women actually don't like most of the things you see on porn.
You know, that movie happened at a time when I was with my ex and I preferred masturbating compared to fucking.
Because of that movie.
Yeah. No, not because of that movie. It was during that phase when that movie came out. It was in the phase where I didn't even want to have sex with my ex.
Because you prefer the porn over.
Yeah, because I preferred porn. And I think it went on for like 3-4 months, I didn't want to have sex with my ex,
I think this is
Crazy, man.
I think this is one of the biggest reasons why I think pornography can be a bad thing, especially if you have a partner. You cannot.
Yes, that's the other thing. Yeah,
I
right.
think that's one of the biggest factors is because you literally think about us, right? We are humans. Porn only existed in the last 10, 20 years. Longer than that. Actually, 100 years or so. It was just very bad. Okay, drawings on walls. It was just fucking horrible.
wanking up to the wall.
No, but they did.
But trust me, they do, man.
We think it's funny. They did. Okay, they see the drawing of the stone carvings of the tits.
Yeah,
Right? They're
God
like,
damn, man. Look at that crevice.
no, but that's fucking funny to think of. They did that, dude. Yeah, but so we're
But if we were alive back then, we just might be the ones doing it.
100%.
Like,
right?
you
What makes
never
you
even
different?
wipe the cum off the wall. What the fuck?
What makes you think you would do any different? You do the exact same fucking shit. Yeah, but okay. Anyways, yeah, like so
No,
naturally.
like even right, if you talk to, because I work a lot with younger kids in church, right? So this whole thing is a issue, right? But if you talk to younger guys now, I tell you, they don't even know, right, how it is to masturbate without porn.
Oh yeah, that's
If
wild.
you tell them,
Yeah,
if you tell
that's
them,
wild. That's
don't
wild.
you imagine?
They cannot.
They'll be like, what? What do you mean? You just lie down and just imagine? You close your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't even.
That's how it was done back in my day.
They can't, And to me, this is a bit troubling. I think it's a bit worrying.
Even if you want to consume porn, that's fine. It's like you need to learn how to drive a manual car before you learn to drive auto car.
No, but that's the point. Porn is a auto car, right?
It is, bro. No, it's something like that. And I feel like we are privileged that we learn both. We are
Some kind of privilege, but okay. We had an imagination.
Yeah, actually, how is it even a privilege? If there's no electricity and no internet, then it's a privilege.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I would just say, I can only speak for myself. I cannot, and I it's so common, right? So only for me, my own experience is, number one, I don't think it is done good in my life. So for me, it's something I try to keep away. I consider it like how my friends are cannot stop vaping. That's how
smoking, whatever.
Yeah, I just don't see, the only thing it serves is giving me this dopamine hit. And it just wastes my time.
But I'll tell you what, to your point, I think although they would be exposed now, because going back to your kids' conversation, right?
Yeah.
They'll be more exposed to porn and all that. And I think that is a bad thing. But because we would be the parents, right? I think there will be destigmatization. And we will actually deal the thing more upfront. We'll be more like John's mom, right? Where we just handle the issue. I think
Have to.
What happened was, why did they keep quiet? Because they're so awkward and it's taboo. So if you do
You're
it's
right,
finger wagging, then it's like you just did the worst thing in the world and you are irredeemable. And so if you're going to be irredeemable, then you know what? Since I already watched the first one, let me just continue
Spiral
and
down
go
and
out
watch
to
more.
number 500.
And I think it's also technology has caught up enough that we can actually put in parental blockers, and you there are things that you can do compared to last time when it was our parents. It was open season. There was no parent kind of
No, well, there
They can
wasn't,
try.
but it was extreme. So it's
Very
no
extreme.
computer.
correct. Yeah.
All computer.
Yeah.
That's when you have to work on your imagination skills.
But I think it goes down to the teaching. It's kind of like a tool. So I feel like you see a lot of tools in life, right? And porn, I think, is a tool. So for example, it could be used as a learning tool, can be used as a stimulation tool for couples also. They watch porn together.
Learning tool, how?
Yeah, for sure, bro. I think if for example,
You mean to be good at it?
No, I mean at least to know how to engage with the girl, right? Sometimes it's a bit clumsy and whatever. At least you know sort of the basics, right?
You're saying it gives you some idea.
I'm not defending it anyway.
No. You're saying it gives you some idea rather than nothing at all.
Yeah,
right?
because if you go in there, also you don't know what's happening and all
Then
that,
if it was for that purpose, educational purpose, I would highly recommend amateur. Yeah, bro, it's true. It's true, bro. Amateur is the real thing. I would say maybe I learned something from that. Professional is just, it's not real, man.
For sure.
But you're right.
dude.
It's not but
No, but okay, you were saying that it's easier to have the talk up and open to the kids also.
no, we will find it easier.
No, but also I feel like your talk with the kids should become how Form 1 you learn maths. Then Form 2 you learn a more advanced.
I
so
see.
addition
Stages,
in Form 1,
stages.
Form 2 is more complicated addition. Then by Form 4 it's algebra, right? I feel when it comes to sex also, it should be like that. It should start with this is what you're going to go through, and then it should develop when you go to 16, 17. Then you talk about
Penetration and
the real whatever orgasm or whatever, or
But we
what
also-
you're going to need to orgasm.
Yeah,
Dildos
but
of-
also maybe we think that because we are in this time now, maybe information download later in the future will be faster.
I know why Roeshan
You know what I
thinks
mean?
that.
Can you pass me another spritzer, bro?
You know, I just want to say.
Wait, I know why Roeshan thinks that, because that's how he got it. The uncle was saying,
Thanks, brother.
don't touch or what. I actually wanted to say, just the way your uncle talked about it, didn't go in detail, said the touching, be careful, people don't let people touch you. I think that's essential. You need to tell your kid that, man. Don't let weird fucking people, or even if they're not weird, just don't fucking touch you. Like your mom also was saying something like that.
Yeah.
I like to make a prediction. I think we will face this big challenge that, we will have to face this big challenge by the time our kids, if not our kids' right? It'll be the combination of two technologies that will, because porn is a leading indicator
Of where tech is going.
So there'll be two technologies that will really transform porn, and we're gonna have to deal with it. The first would be AR glasses, or who knows,
that one
maybe
is-
in the future AR contact lens. Who knows, right? Whatever. AR glasses, and that is going to be a step up from internet porn or even VR porn, right? But the second one would be like the Tesla robots.
Yeah.
When the Tesla robots came about, I can't remember what's the name. It looks like iRobot, right?
The meme, the iRobot
The
meme.
first thing I saw that, I was like, okay, we all know where this is going to be used first. Straight away. Because the robot is really, they can move, they can talk. So now you just have to layer on like real skin. And then now you can, you can already create AI images that looks exactly just like that in video form. So then soon you can, 3D print someone else's images there. Then you can now construct your dream girl, but it's a bot.
Anna de Armas.
Yeah, but it's actually a bot. But it's going to be like her personality.
And
Because
no,
you just throw all the movies into the AI and then they're going to say, okay, this is Anna.
These can lead to so many things. Decline in marriage, decline in birth rate.
I
That
mean,
whole
people-
fucking conversation,
people
bro.
are already having like super advanced virtual relationships with like, like Replica and even ChatGPT. ChatGPT not so much, but Replica you can actually mold this person and go to level 51 where this person is customized to have an emotional relationship with you, right?
That
And you
would
can
be,
make it romantic.
I think that
you
would
know.
might be our challenge.
Like the movie Her lah, with Joaquin.
Yeah, exactly.
And bro, and when you say that, right, the VR porn shit taking over, that is within 10 years, man.
Maybe shorter.
Less.
Have you all played VR virtual reality
I
game?
have. I'm not.
No,
fan.
but I don't like it because the motion sickness.
No, I'm not talking about that one. I played this one in Monkey Canopy in somewhere in Sungai Long. Bro, I'm in this battlefield, they had half a football field size. I'm in this battlefield and we are like playing Left 4 Dead. You know the computer game?
Yeah, the shooting
literally
zombie
Left 4
game.
Dead. My friend's in front of me. I shoot him more. I can go touch him. It's his real body. But the zombies are there, and chasing me. The zombie was chasing me. I was panicking. I banged some other dude and I fell down. I hurt my knee. My character died. That was a funny part.
No, but
yeah, it's so crazy, bro.
That's why I feel religion has been very helpful for me, because like even now, right, like I do certain practices, like for example, for Catholics we don't only encourage like a physical fast, but even fastings that you're attached to, right? So like once in a while I try and do like a social media fast, and I realize how damn addicted I am to this stuff. And sometimes you can just do like once a week. You can even do like a once a week, twice a week.
Wait, like a whole day?
I think.
Yeah, whole day. Or you do Lent, it'll be the entire period. But like it shows you how addicted. And I'm beginning to suspect more and more that religious places of worship are going to be the last places left where you will have any quiet. Because everything else is stimuli overboard. Everything is pump, dopamine. Until people are, I feel like, so like lethargic and tired from just receiving. Bro, I can listen to YouTube on the back the whole day. Getting a YouTube Premium account has been the most worth it for me lah. Because even when I'm doing my work, I'm not even listening, so I just put it as background noise.
That's true. When I sleep, I do that as well. Yeah.
To go to sleep, I play comic narrations with the most drone voices so that I can go to sleep. So religion is the only thing that challenges me to like stop relying on all these things and try and detach, something like Buddhism also, right? Detach from all these material things, right?
For me, it's the gym.
You were saying
Gym actually might be
you find your own temple, I guess.
But you see, gym also, if you gamify it and you go like to the classes, all is damn noisy also. Unless you do your own solo like run, and no, you're not listening to any podcast or any stuff. Then yeah,
listening
Kinda
to
nice.
podcast doesn't count, right? It
No,
doesn't
it's
count.
like
Right?
it-
I'm listening whole
I
day.
feel
man.
like when I go to the gym, it's kind of like I need to feel a bit of pain, so I detach. But I don't really go on social media as much. I just post and then I just chow. I don't really like.
Yeah, but even then, the gym's like a couple hours. What he's suggesting is like a whole day or like a few days.
It's different, bro.
no, but gym. I mean, like if you go to the gym, you don't have any distractions. No, like you're not listening to any music. No, then it can be a moment of like
Quiet.
quiet for you lah.
Yeah, for
So
me it's
actually, that's true
kind
lah.
No, it
you're
is,
right.
it
Or when I go for a run, you don't listen to anything. You just
Yeah.
listen to like the world.
No, the next time you travel to Japan, you raw dong the flight, bro. You just nothing.
When I go on flights, bro, I just try my best to be sleep deprived so I can KO the whole time, dude. Yeah, bro, just get it over with, man. Go up to the plane, and then the girl will wake you. I already tell the steward before that, don't wake me up, man. I don't want to eat your stupid food. Yeah.
I'll tell you, okay, just a short story. But I think it's hilarious lah. I went with my friends to Kolipe. So we take
Where? Sorry.
Kolipe in Thailand. So you go from Langkawi, you take a ferry straight there. Okay.
So it's like near Krabi there. Lah.
Yeah.
Right.
So we went to the ferry. We went in. Then the guy said, okay, the waters are super choppy, right? Yesterday it was so bad that the passengers in the ferry all puked, all vomited. So you all just get ready. So one of my friends, like, he's a full on smoker, like 2 packs a day kind of smoker.
Jesus.
Right? He really needs to smoke. So the moment the ferry moves, I just knocked out. I slept. One point I woke up, everybody is going, whoa, left, right, and everybody's going. But I just like, went back to sleep. I didn't care, right? But then they told me, my friend, with the ferry going left, right, everyone going, whoa, the guy went out on top and still smoked his cigarette while holding on for dear life, just so that he can smoke his cigarette. And he didn't do it once, he did it twice. But, it's kind of like the story. I think that represents a lot of us.
Yeah,
It
bro.
really represents a lot of us. We need to get that hit, man.
I quit smoking and vaping like 8 months already.
Oh, wow.
Is it your first time ever so long?
Damn.
And I've been smoking for 10 years, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy already. Yeah.
Did you go through any like withdrawal, anything?
For 2 days, 3 days, headache.
But it's a never-ending fight, huh?
I won't lie, I had one cigarette like 3 weeks ago. But that's because it was the last cigarette from Japan. I'm like, wow, last one from Japan? Okay lah. Then I still don't...
So how did you feel? You're like,
I don't
like,
really feel anything, man. I just did it and then after effects.
your tolerance should drop like crazy lah. That time when you took that cigarette.
It was a very Japanese cigarette, quite light.
But do you ever crave it?
No. No.
No,
Wow,
it's quite wild, bro.
I
watched
think
this,
I think because you've substituted it probably with other things, right?
no, you guys, MJ, no.
Maybe
Even my diet is almost
subconsciously.
the same.
Maybe subconsciously. But I don't know, man. From what I hear, like addiction or it can just even the craving can just come back anytime. Especially cigarettes. I think people say cigarettes is quite crazy.
Yeah, it
Like,
is.
yeah,
I
so
watched this Kat. I don't know that video about smoking. Wow, bro. Next day I just quit. Then Jen was like, yeah, right. Then 1 week later she's like, sure, son. 2 weeks later, then she's like, wow, you taking this quite seriously?
yeah, so you know what to do next time you have an itch. Watch that shit again.
I don't know, man. Just stopped. Okay, MJ can attest. Everybody all go smoke first. Then I just,
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing. So awkward. I'm like, whoa.
But I wonder how much of your like running, all that also has like maybe primed your body up, primed your mind up.
I can tell you this: the speed for the run is the same.
No,
everything's
but
the same.
maybe like all that preparation you have done has like
oh.
conditioned
What
yourself.
do you think, MJ?
Find other alternatives to.
No,
But why were you addicted in the first place? What did it help you with? I don't know.
Stress.
When you started smoking,
So
you,
now how you handle stress?
working out.
No, I have always been working out, bro.
Yeah.
no, but when you started smoking,
No,
were
no,
you like running like how you were?
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be a substitute, something replace it. Sometimes it can just be, it just hits you lah. You're like, hey man, this is something that I have to resist, and I feel great resisting it. Sometimes it just has to be like that. It doesn't have to.
I don't even think about it as a thing.
Yeah, then sometimes it can just be like that lah.
Do you remember me every time before the podcast? I was like,
I know.
smoke a cigarette
You
for
watch.
really?
Sometimes you just watch something and it just hits you lah. You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
bro. Yeah, there's this PDF called Alan Carr's Guide to Stop Smoking. Read it twice, still couldn't stop. Apparently, it's like one of the greatest things to read. Still couldn't
My
stop.
dad, the same thing. Like he was listening to like, I think Light on Mix FM one day because he was a smoker as well. Then he heard about how smoking is linked to heart disease. Then one day doing one of those stupid KL jams, and then he saw the cigarette pack. Then he just wind up window, throw it out, and he didn't smoke. I mean, now every now and then he smokes like socially, but he didn't. He wasn't a chain smoker.
Yeah.
I don't think he can totally get rid of it.
You know, Andrew quit too. It's just like that. Andrew was like, you know what? I realized it's not good.
yeah, ain't a better time to quit lah.
But I've always been lucky. Like I've never.
Hey, a lot of people don't enjoy smoking, and then before they know it, they're already smoking.
Really? Yeah?
Serious?
Same here. I was
Yeah,
like
a lot of people don't enjoy it. They just think like, oh, I just socially, and then suddenly before they know it, oh, I have my own pack, and oh,
I
cannot
clearly
stop.
remember how I started also. I remember the first cigarette I bought also. It was a Dunhill Red. And I bought it because I was so stressed out at Ogilvy. And then my boss was like, you're not even inhaling it. Then I was like, what does that even mean? You have to inhale
Yeah.
the cigarette into your mouth and then... And then when I did it, I started coughing like mad. But then, wow, the dopamine hit was crazy.
You get a buzz, right? At that,
Bro, I couldn't even fucking stand, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you
So
squat that
lightheaded.
long and you suddenly stand up. That's the feeling lah.
Yeah, lightheaded feeling.
Oh.
Hey, bro, can I ask about so Romen Bose, he also hit me up before to do the
pod.
Yeah, to do a podcast. Did y'all check out the
Quite a wild pod.
yeah Romen Bose?
He's the ex-political consultant for Najib. During the
his reign.
Yeah.
I mean, his
Came on
in office.
Yamcha. Pretty fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, so
Honestly, probably the best pod of the year, bro. Yeah.
I only
Fucking
this,
wild.
I only listened to the start. Yeah, so he also wanted to do the podcast about 2 months ago. This is after the Tajuddin episode, something like that, that I did.
I need to bring back Rumah Roy lah.
It's booming.
Bro.
Yeah, so
Romen was mad, bro.
he wanted to do the podcast also. And then I just saw like, I knew what is his more or less what is the narrative he's pushing lah. Which is Najib's innocence. But how did it go, man? I listened a bit, 10 minutes, and then he's a really entertaining guy. He's really good at talking.
Yeah.
How was it, bro? What do you think about that?
I think he confirmed what I've.
Sorry, you listened to the YCS
all 4
ones?
hours, yeah.
It's fucking mad.
The reason he confirmed what I believe because I've always felt that Najib was just a guy who meant well.
He was the fall
but
guy.
They just don't know how to. He just don't know how to manage his people, and his people basically screwed him up lah.
Took him for a ride.
Yeah, that's why if you watch the Netflix documentary where he was involved, he said, "Sure, okay, I'm at fault for sure, right? But what about others? These people who were supposed to advise him, were supposed to stop him, cannot. But then at the same time, you also cannot have full empathy because when you listen to his brother Nazir Razak, he actually came to Najib highlighting how some of the deals that 1MDB was, because Najib's younger brother Nazir is a banker, so he knows all this data, right? Info, and then he said, you can't, this is not something that you should be doing because like it doesn't make sense, some of the deals, right? Like paying a 10% fee for a bond offering is crazy. Like,
He said that to Najib, is it? He was
yeah,
telling
and
Najib.
apparently it got quite intense between the brothers. So, but the Roman confirmed to me that this guy actually meant well. He just didn't know how to
Who meant well?
check.
Najib?
Yeah, he didn't know how to check, and he just chose the wrong people. That's it.
I think for context wise, right, like months ago, I remember MJ came to near my office and then we had a coffee lah. I think it was before a podcast, and then you kind of elaborated on how Najib is actually low key one of the best PMs that Malaysia had.
Quality wise, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, how pleased? So he
Economically also.
etc. etc. So we went on whole conversation 1 hour plus, typical MJ John conversation, right? We'll go 1 hour and then MJ is a very historical, pull up the facts, quite mad that shit. And I'm like, wow, perspective quite changed, man, honestly. But my recall is quite bad lah. So I can't really pull out shit with data and dates and all that. So I kind of kept this in the back door, in my back of my brain for a few months, and then we get this email from Roman Bose. So initially, because Poige is the guest acquisition officer, right? He's the guy that would, the Gao. He would be the person that kind of like, hey, we should schedule, etc., etc., etc. So we tried scheduling, and then a few weeks passed, and then in the end, Roman couldn't make it. So it was kind of like a problem, lah, right?
Because he's in the UK, right?
Yeah. He's based in the UK.
Sorry, let me just say, right. So I was contemplating for a couple of days whether I should do it, and then I just never got to it. But looking back, I regret, man, because I don't think I didn't think I had anything to lose. I just never got to it. Yeah. But then the fact that he went on your podcast 4 hours and you talked to him for 4 hours, I feel like I haven't listened to it yet lah. But I'll listen to the whole thing, and I feel like I should have just done it lah.
Everyone should listen to this podcast,
bro. It's fucking crazy, bro. It's a fucking crazy.
He went on a couple already, bro.
Yeah. I just want to say
a couple.
Yeah, I just want to say when I went into the podcast, first of all, I'm not a history buff. Number 2, I'm not a politics buff. Number 3, to be honest, I'm kind of living my own world lah. Maybe because my job is so fucking hectic. I'm just doing events non-stop throughout the whole freaking year.
Okay, most people are also.
Right. So like when this guy comes on and he's like, I wonder what is his agenda lah. I also don't know lah.
Were you biased?
Huh?
Were you biased before the podcast?
No, I was not. I just went into the podcast thinking like, okay, it's going to be like a 1 hour, 2 hour max starting conversation. Maybe he wants to promote his book.
Let me ask you again lah. Let me rephrase that. If I were to ask you before the podcast, did you think that Najib was innocent or guilty?
Oh, actually, MJ already kind of cemented that in my head because,
really?
like, yeah. After that hour-ish conversation about how Najib, like, actually, a lot of people at fault lah. To be honest, not just one guy, but he's kind of like the fall guy because his name is the biggest.
Sorry, but did he know about it? Which is what would make him guilty.
Bro, honestly, right? Even if you don't know, it's negligence, right? Because it's like how many people fucking talk to you already lah. So you gonzo lah. It's past.
So, but MJ, do you think Najib was corrupt? Because you can be two things at the same time.
You can be corrupt for sure.
You can be two things. You can be competent and corrupt at the same time, right?
You can be corrupt and you can be 1MDB corrupt lah. He's also different, bro.
I would say I don't know. I can't say for sure, but I'm leaning yes.
Allegedly, we can never say anything for a fact. We just
Because the case is going on, right? Technically, right? But I don't think people are as corrupt as they put him out to be. I think he wanted to do good for the country. The way he did it is a little bit.
No, so then the question comes out, okay, if you're Najib, right, okay, and then you are spending, let's say, 1,000 a month, suddenly you're spending 100,000 a month, and you have no fucking idea where the money, won't you think where is the money coming from?
You see, that's the thing. I feel
That's what the most common people would think of.
yeah, of course.
Common Malaysians
Because
would think.
I think if you go on to listen to this Romen Bose
I
podcast,
think that's the key.
you keep listening all the way to the end. And I know it's 4 hours, so it sounds really intimidating.
No, I
but
will.
just-
He's a good talker.
but he's really good lah. So I feel like I know how the really, really elite kind of sort of live because they live on so much wealth. And Najib doesn't come from a poor family lah. Okay, let's
No
be
shit.
fucking
He
real lah.
speaks like a.
Yeah, he's educated,
He has a Razak name.
Razak name, and
He speaks
he's
very well.
familiar with the lifestyle lah. Let's put it this way lah. And people in that type of lifestyle, right? They have more than one bank account lah. And those people have more than one people who manage their account. And people are like, wow, you need people to manage your account. Yes. Because it's just so crazy. Your life is so crazy.
So what you're trying to say is maybe his own personals. No, I mean I still don't understand. How
Bro,
doesn't
I'm
know
telling
about-
you, right? You can be at that level of wealth, right? But you don't even know how much money you have in your bank account.
Okay, no, I'm not talking about the money you have in your bank, but the spending. You see, right, the money in
Yeah.
your bank you might not know because you don't look at it every day or whatever account. But when you spend and the things come to you, like we're talking about the Rosma shit, right?
Yes.
You have to know where's the money is going out with.
For
You
sure.
know what I mean?
So if you listen, if you listen to Roman Bose, one thing that caught my attention was the bags. Remember when they arrested him, I think, and they went to his
take out all the
place,
stuff.
They
They
take
raid
out
the
all
shit
the
off.
stuff and all that, the bags of cash, and everyone said, "Wow, look at that! Najib is keeping our money." And what Roman clarified was actually no, that is for campaign financing. That was
Yeah,
for
bro.
normal
BBN.
politics because they always use cash because it's faster apparently versus electronic.
Transaction and everything.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is that let's not be armchair auditors, right? Let's actually ask ourselves: do we have the relevant facts on what this money was used for? Where did it come from? And all that.
Let me just layman
Yeah.
what MJ just said lah. Let me just layman what he said. Okay. So for the general person that's listening to Let's Get It right now, also, all right, maybe a bit too technical, even for me also. So when I was going through this conversation with Roman, you are thinking of Najib as the bad guy.
Yeah, and then he has this master plan to.
see, I-
It's very easy to label one man as the bad guy.
See, I don't think most people think of Najib like this. They think of Jolo like this. They think of Najib as la 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 la.
I have to disagree with that lah.
You think so?
I have to disagree with that.
A lot of people think
Najib
that
is the
Najib was trying to because of the wife. That's
Yes. So
Oh yeah, you're right. So her face is already like that. Bro.
yeah. So like
Oh, shit, I
if you
should've
look
said that.
if you look at the overall media coverage, okay, after especially his crime and etc. 1MDB, it's a lot of like misinformation, bro. For example, the money. People think the money is his money. You were saying earlier, how all this money come in, you don't know. That's campaign money. But if the media take photo of people taking out money, you immediately think that's his money. People don't ask questions, bro. People just see headline. That's the media's job. I want to add a bit more first. Even the blackout voting thing was fucking wild. When I found out.
What is blackout? Sorry, what's that?
Remember that time the voting and they
Yeah,
said
there was a
there was an
blackout.
electronic
I think you were in Melbourne, bro. I don't think you know, bro.
Sorry, blackout. I heard black arc.
No.
Like,
So
oh.
that blackout during the voting was during the daytime,
Yeah.
People have this frame of mind, this imagination.
That was at night.
Yeah.
Of course, it's called a blackout.
Yeah, but it
So we all
happened
thought
in
that-
the day. So the framing of the whole media of Najib, right, is this guy was conspiring, this guy had ill intent and all that. But actually, I think this guy, right, is just a guy that got fucked over by his team, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine if, let's say you are the Prime Minister of Malaysia and you have 10 people working with you, okay? And they all tell you, boss is okay. 10 people tell you, boss is okay. You're like, hey, this one okay? Boss is okay, boss. You go call the other guy, boss, it's okay, boss, don't worry. Then you have one guy like, sir, actually, I feel that this is very wrong, lah. You're like, but 9 other people say it's okay. Why the fuck?
Who's that one person that say I feel very
Roman
wrong?
Bose is that one guy, bro. He was his
Oh,
consultant.
he is that guy.
Yeah. So
That is
ima-
his. Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
He had a draft. Remember, he had a draft. Then next
PR,
morning,
yeah.
He was the
gonna
hero.
say-
lah.
Then I say, no, got people tell me, no, you cannot say that. You need to do something else.
So it's a very human.
okay,
it's a very
okay.
human thing to go. Okay lah. 9 people say okay. One fella say no. 9 out of 10 they should be right. But what he didn't know was all those 9 fuckers were against him. They were plotting him.
They had their own interests lah.
Yeah.
Did he? Do you have any? Do you have any reasons why those people he thought
They
those
were
people
paid
were
off by other people with money.
You say what? To gain access to Najib 1 million, right? Say, oh, you want me to bump you up the queue? You give me 1 million.
So now why the question is why what do you think Roman's motive is right now to suddenly be doing a lot of podcasts?
So it's very tough to say that lah, right? Because I think for one, maybe he's an advocate for the truth, but it's very difficult to say that because people are very like money hungry, power hungry nowadays in today's society. So maybe you could call
But
it.
is his book even selling well?
I don't know. But he's promoting his book lah. That's his intention lah.
He is.
And his intention is, maybe you should really think twice about what you read on what your media titles are.
You know what's crazy? People now promoting books. If I listen to a 4-hour podcast, I ain't buying your book, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Depends.
I don't know,
Depends,
bro. I don't know, bro. I haven't gotten around to
Unless
reading
you're
the book
talking
yet.
about other shit for the 2 hours.
I asked Romen if he's down for part 2 as well. and
Oh,
he's
really,
totally down. Yeah. Bro, I just want to say before I forget lah. I went into the podcast thinking it's going to be a 1 hour tops podcast lah. Okay, because he's going to promote his book. I'm very bad at history, very bad at politics, not very good with finance terms. I just went in thinking, fuck it, I'm just going to talk to this guy because this guy really wants to talk.
He was very present.
He's pro.
Very.
Bro. He exists there, bro.
So now the thing is, right, if
Got a
he-
history lesson for free is more crazy.
Yeah, I love that part. That's why I need to listen.
Yeah.
So if he is that good at talking, right? Imagine all the other politicians, how fucking good they are.
Bro,
how
incredible.
good is Najib at talking to people?
Not only that, the 9 people that convinced Najib. If you think
yeah.
about it, It's that
Imagine
wild.
how good
It's a crazy podcast, I feel. After that one,
But we genuinely need to get Najib on the pod lah.
Poigi was quite close, bro. But interview him in jail.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Fly to y'all go to prison and
Yeah. It was quite crazy, bro. But then, cannot in the end. Because Poigi met up with Najib and then asked him also.
he's spooky. What's he doing?
No, and then now,
But I don't know lah,
I mean, this
Poigi
for all
is-
the podcasters out there.
He ain't
right?
just an MC lah.
I was telling John, right, but after Trump won, I think this is a boom for podcasting now, especially for politicians. Because basically the sales pitch in the email would be,
Look
Hey.
Trump,
Trump got elected because of podcasts.
Oh, bro,
Come on, my
the
podcast.
question whether politicians higher and higher up are going to do more podcasts, 100%, bro.
For sure.
They are, bro.
Already happening, right?
It's the most effective medium right now to reach the most people, right? Keluar Sekejap is the one where they all will hit to first. So if you make... And also Keluar Sekejap is very... I guess they will be very careful with who they can even make enemies. And at this point, since he's not exactly in the race, he doesn't have to make any enemies with anyone.
But he also asked in a way that is not antagonistic, right? Both of them.
It's not. I actually
Yeah.
like it. I think it's good, man.
Like he brings out all these points,
Mm.
but he doesn't like push like a journalist, you know.
You mean ask the hard questions?
Yeah, hard
Sometimes, I guess. Do you ever listen to Keluar Sekejap?
questions. Every now and then, yeah.
Yeah, so some of the, I mean, my first impression is I thought, it's going to be super biased, but it's not, man. Yeah, it was,
I don't listen to KS, man. I only listen to GRE. I'm like a one-dimensional human being. Or
But yeah,
Athletic,
I mean,
the Devils.
I genuinely think that Najib, I just bad luck lah. He just chose all right, bad moves and bad luck lah.
question now. So apart from 1MDB, do you think he was corrupted in other ways?
Probably, but
think
I know.
every single freaking PM was corrupted.
Yeah,
in
no,
some
everybody's
way lah.
corrupted. It's just if you're corrupted, but then you take care of people.
But
and-
net positive then.
yeah, just
No,
that's
No,
it.
I understand that part.
But I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I just personally feel that Najib. I definitely at the time before all the things happened, I definitely thought Najib was competent as well because actually BFM was very fair with their reporting about its policies. Like opposition at the time would whack for BRIM or for GST, but actually like BFM did a good job of explaining actually why these are actually can be good policies, right? So that's why when I was listening to BFM already, I knew that actually there's more to this lah. But that being said, there are a lot of things that happened during Najib's tenure that is really, I don't know lah, gives me goosebumps lah. But it's just my opinion lah.
Is it because of Rosma?
Really what, bro? That was really what?
Think about what's her name, Adlan, what
Alan Tuya.
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
Teo Beng Hock also was during his time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Teo Beng Hock. Didn't his
Teo Beng Hock
PA
is the dude that got thrown off the roof,
Yeah.
right? That's fucked, bro.
Didn't his PA get like his head chopped off or something?
No
By the
way.
helicopter. There's one PA, there's the middleman. I remember because like Jolo Jolo wasn't always communicating with Najib. He would communicate to Najib's PA. That PA is dead, man. He died.
Oh, that BS did.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know? So this kind of like weird, this is just my opinion, not statement of facts. But when you look at all these things that happen, they are very, far from Najib. But I've not yet heard anything like that happen. You know, after the fact. Or even before the fact.
But you see, right?
To that level.
I also think, and I'm not defending him.
The lawyer that was found in the cement.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Moraes.
Yeah,
Too
Richard
many shit.
Moraes. Kevin Moraes.
Bro, so the Altan Tuya thing was linked to a deal with a submarine, right?
I forgot that case.
So it was a deal, like, I forgot how many million deal to get to get this new submarine or some shit. My question is, right, like when I think about it, right, why the fuck does any country need a submarine? Why do you need? Can you think why we need a submarine?
Military projection lah.
Sorry?
It's military lah.
Like why have a nice?
I don't know
cool
I
jet?
never hear of like effective military usage of submarines. I don't know. My first thought
what
is
the fuck? Submarine is fucking OP, bro.
Godzilla, bro.
water attacks.
Gojira.
No, it's cool. I know it's cool.
OP, bro.
I know it's cool, but do we really need it right now? Yeah, you know what I mean?
I mean, do you really need nuclear bombs? Not really.
I think we.
Sorry, just 1 second. So 2015, the Malaysian Prime Minister's Chief of Staff and his country's former ambassador to the US were among 6 people killed when a helicopter crashed south of Kuala Lumpur on Saturday. Yeah. This was April 2015. So that's why they had a lot of problems in the trial, because they would push the blame on the Chief of Staff to say that he was the one liaising with Jolo and all that. Right? So, but to me, like all these things, right, when you put together, they paint, I don't know, whether you want to talk about the deep state or some sinister thing in the back end that was going on. So
You mean they're doing distractions or that shit?
I mean, it's possible for sure right? But possibly You look at the time frame.
Because just before that, even that, what was the name?
Altan Tuya.
It was his bodyguard.
Yeah.
Whose body?
Is Najib's bodyguard, right? That was convicted.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Najib's bodyguard was convicted. There's a lot of things that are very nearby So to be,
I also want to say, he's not. He could be him.
Yeah.
Or he could be a part of it.
we don't know. This is just all our speculation.
It's a lot of speculation.
Oh, it's all speculation.
But
This is a
I also want to
podcast.
If you look at the timeline,
Yeah.
right, in which that happened, is when social media started to kind of boom and when people get to start to talk to each other. And that's a perfect time for everybody to get caught. After that, everybody is starting to be a bit safe about what they do already, because it's kind of like a learning curve, right? When it comes to like saying saying stuff on social media, spreading shit. Yeah. So I think at that time, I'm just saying okay, I also don't know right? Maybe a lot of fucking previous ministers went through this shit. A lot of deaths also. It's just that time is when social media everybody was starting to send shit around.
Yeah, talking about the dirty shit that our
And then that Space Dollar podcast that you did.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But you know what's crazy is that he said actually he wanted to join UMNO to be rich. Remember?
Is that
Yeah, he said that, right? Space Dollar, right?
That.
That's crazy. I mean, if that is a big motivation for a lot of people, you can imagine the kind of nonsense, the kind of people you attract.
I'll tell you after the podcast, things he told me But shit, I lost it already.
Yeah, Najib lah.
Go listen to that Romen Bose podcast, bro. It's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Yeah, it's kind of like that shit you feel, right, when you walk out of the room. You're like, this is why the fuck I do podcasting. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Like a mind-blowing conversation, right?
Yeah. Actually, the recent I spoke to this sign language one also.
Yeah, I saw
I saw that,
50 years or 40 years in the industry.
Yeah, that one also. I walked out of it. I'm like, fuck, man.
Hey, did you see I interviewed the deaf dude? Hey, sorry, blind dude.
Are you like that guy who gives a fist bump to the girl without arms?
It's okay, he can't watch this podcast, but he can listen. Yeah, but anyways, the blind dude, that was really interesting for me, dude. Have you guys ever been friends with a blind dude? He's blind since birth, bro. Oh, shit. So this is something cool, When he came inside my house, right, I didn't notice this, but when he walked in, he's like that. He's using echolocation.
Oh shit,
it's like a bat.
dog, bro.
He's Zubat.
Zubat, right?
Zubat. No, bro, he's literally Zubat, dude.
Okay lah, go back.
Go back, got eyes already, fucker.
Really? Oh yeah, go back, got eyes. Okay, Zubat.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, anyways, he came in, he did that shit. So he was just talking about his bro, and then it's quite funny because me and Iqbal, right, we don't know how to like we were asking so much questions the first 30 minutes, just us like asking, and then like we got awkward at one point. Then he's like, bro, chill. If you want to ask, just ask. Okay, I'm used to it. He said like, but bro, his Malay is he's like a Malay. He speaks fluent, better than Iqbal's Malay. Yeah, but it was very interesting experience talking to that dude.
Actually, when I was in BAC, because the blind center is actually near BAC, so there's a lot of them. So like I mean I've got like interesting, like it was quite common for students to like we just walk and then we see like a blind person, then we'll say like bang nak pergi mana, then I say KL Central, then they just put their hand on our shoulder and then we just guide them. Then and I've seen like crazy stuff, like I've seen two people come and they just take their stick and they hit and they keep hitting until they find each other. So they're they're kind of just tapping so the other person knows where they are, and then they just triangulate where they are.
You know the chakras, bro.
But I've also seen, and you can tell the difference, people who become blind later in life.
Oh.
People who become blind later in life and people who are blind at birth are completely different.
Of course.
People who are blind from birth, they have already, made it up with their other senses. People who their 30s, 40s become blind, they look and walk. So it's like, imagine your eyes are closed and you're trying to walk around. That's how they're walking around. Because they don't have, their other senses are not adapted at all. It's actually, that is the kind of more sad to see, because they really seem like really helpless.
No, that is more sad, bro. 100%.
Yeah, because they really need someone to guide them. They cannot do it on their own.
Let me plug Lo Boon Cat's business. So he's also now, he started teaching, educating people who I don't know, it could be students that are blind since birth, but his student right now is someone who's blind 2-3 years ago. Yeah, so he's doing that sort of job, helping people who have been he actually came to the podcast with another lady, a Malay lady. She got blind 2 years ago or something like that.
Right.
So he told me that this is his student right now. He's trying to teach her. Yeah. Wow. He's actually a very young dude. And he said, right, when you watch Netflix, they have audio description.
Oh yeah.
You all know about that,
Yeah.
I didn't know, bro. Everything that's in the scene, right? You watch, let's say you watch Frozen, right? They'll describe okay, we are here now in this frozen lake, and then a snowman appears, blah blah. They'll describe very fast.
They
in the
even
scene.
have it for deaf people. It's like crackling noise, like shimmering sound.
Wait, deaf people?
No, sorry. Yeah, for deaf people. So like that.
No, they can read the description.
caption.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have that. It's
breathes heavily.
Yeah, breathes heavily.
That one for non-deaf also read.
But even some laptops also, they have like for like blind people.
I just want to say it sounds great, right? But the back end part of this is fucking difficult,
bro. But this
is
is
for UNICEF events. My freaking god, it's so difficult.
super crazy. He can text faster than me. Not all of y'all, but I know for me, he can text faster, and he showed us. He's here, right?
The blind guy.
Yes, bro. You see, right? That's why I say me and Iqbal. These were the questions we were asking him, basic everyday shit, until we felt awkward. Like, hey man, are we getting too like intrigued by? For him, it's like, it's so normal. I asked him, can you send me a text? Like, I want to see how you text me. He's the guy.
Would he have? Does he need to? He can just audio note now, right?
He didn't, bro. He didn't. That's the thing.
Okay.
But he could. He
flexing,
could.
bro.
No, he's not. I don't know whether it's flexing. I don't know which one is faster. But in the podcast, he also showed. He take his phone, he put it to his ear like that, and his hands like this.
Oh,
After my phone come out the message already.
Oh damn.
It's fast, bro.
Because
It's fucking
that's-
fast. So what he's doing? So what he's doing is he's trying to when he
Hear the taps.
no, so when he put his finger there, right, the phone is telling him already like you're at apps, you're at settings, you're at phone.
Oh, like based on how far he.
No, he's like that. So he knows how to go to the application fast. He posts his video all himself also, or like
Oh shit.
yeah.
So he knows QuadTube and all that lah.
What do you mean?
QWERTY.
Oh, you mean recognizing the keyboard?
The keyboard where the places are.
Like AD.
I think so. Or maybe he's doing the right. But I think it was QWERTY. I think so. Because he was
QWERTY lah, should be
damn
QWERTY
fucking
lah,
fast,
yeah.
bro. And then I can hear the phone talking like say I can't even hear because it's like ×2 ×3 speed like that. He's used to it already. It's really fast. Yeah.
Damn.
Interesting shit.
But that's a good thing about technology. So because like I remember when Siri first came out, and like even if you bought an iPhone, it was useless because it couldn't recognize your voice. But like now, if you don't know whether you all have tried the audio chat GPT,
Yes.
Oh, dude, it is damn good. It is amazing.
Yeah, you can now ask.
You
the
can
question
talk to
of-
ChatGPT.
But you
and
have to
it will-
download and subscribe, is it?
No, it's the update.
Yeah, you.
I haven't updated.
You all
yet,
have the
that's why I
app?
haven't. No,
Yeah,
it's a
I
part
got-
of the phone, bro.
Oh, you got the app? Oh, mad, bro.
Wait, I thought it's part of the phone.
I got an app lah.
I use the app also lah, but
You-
So like now I updated mine, and then there's like an audio feature lah, so you can just speak to it and it'll speak back to you, and it is 100% on point.
It's way better than Siri.
I mean I don't know how Siri is doing right now lah, but yeah, definitely.
Siri not so good.
Because that's why they're saying like Braille is in decline also, because now you don't really have to read Braille anymore. You know, you can just
Audio.
it.
Yeah.
Or you can even dictate. Now like you know there's some
Writing is also on the decline. Gradually, writing is on the decline.
yeah, now even like I just saw I didn't know, but my recorder, I can record like this pod, then I can just on my phone press a transcriber and it will transcribe.
Yeah.
Transcribe as into a different language.
Actually, you stopped podcasting for almost a year and a half.
Yeah, I mean I think I'm outdated lah.
Bro, I
What's
tell you
going
right
on.
now, the fucking captioning for Reels
It's good lah.
is wild, bro.
Can you translate captions?
Yeah, of course.
Can
Yeah.
No, like I'm talking English and then it comes out
Become
Malay.
Malay.
Can
Yeah.
You know I spend half an hour every reel. No, I swear, bro. Every
We know
fucking
lah,
reel.
bro. Your real game is.
Your real game is the top of the top,
Top,
bro.
bro.
You even find stock video, bro. You mad, man. I'm not doing that shit, bro. I got
No, but you guess each reel, right? Minimum 3 hours. The reel I did yesterday was 5 hours.
I know.
Yeah, actually I think
I know.
if we all right just divide our expertise for podcasting. Let's get right
the reels.
all
The
the
reel
reels.
master.
You know.
The reel
Then when it
master.
comes to audio video, we give all.
Hey, then I will say the reels gets the most cut lah, because that one takes the most time, bro.
I
Fucking
know.
3 hours, dude. And every time I this was the first year I was editing, I keep telling myself I need to be faster. I need to be faster. I cannot tahan. 3 years later, it's the same. It doesn't get faster, bro. Yeah, it's hard, man.
Because it's thinking is involved with the reels.
Yeah,
You
then
think
you
what
need
to
to
cut
find-
out.
No. I'm saying
The
no.
stock image
I'm saying not.
is-
I'm not saying the thinking part is already how do I say? It's already more or less the same. I'm just saying that the whole process just takes that long. It's not the thinking. Thinking, I already know what to do.
Wow.
I already know what to search or whatever. It's the whole thing just takes fucking long. There's no way around it.
Wait. How do you do your reel, bro? I'm just wondering. So,
So
you
I
have a full pot.
crop, right? Crop everything. I crop first.
You crop the juicy part first, ma.
Yeah, everything.
Right? Okay.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say we're talking about that fucking what do we even talk about?
Let's talk about Israel, lah.
Yeah, this is what I do sometimes, which is quite fucked up. Okay, sometimes the topic is 20 minutes. I have to go through the 20 minutes and then condense until should be 6 minutes. And then another layering, condense until 4 minutes, 5 minutes, blah, 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 until 1 minute.
Mate,
And that's how I get the best. And I have to keep hearing different combinations, which is the best starting point. Okay, second point, blah, blah, blah. That's the part I hate the most. That's why
Okay.
when we all have straight conversations, 2 minutes, right? Oh, I'm so happy, man. It's a fast reel. Yeah. So after I crop everything and then I structure it, and then you put the visuals and then you put the subtitles. The visuals and the subtitles are the easy part. The hard
Okay.
part is the
Yeah lah.
from the cropping 20
choosing,
minutes. Yeah, because you have to think in combinations.
I think-
which one gets the most.
Let me, bro. What do you use to edit?
Premiere Pro.
Okay, let me just.
Bro, you won't have time for it, bro. I'm saying,
he's
bro, yeah,
he's
bro,
definitely not going to do it
Yeah,
for
you
you,
would have
bro.
done. It's damn hard,
He's
bro.
definitely
No,
not
no.
going to do it for
No.
you.
Or you want to hire someone, is it?
No. Why not? You just download CapCut. Okay, you pay for Pro, which is 200 ringgit for a year.
The subtitles, is it?
Bro, you just take your whole podcast, drag it into CapCut, and it gives you 20 of the best clickbaity, juiciest parts. And then you just pick from the 20. The AI does it for you, bro.
But how would they know what is clickbait?
Bro,
about?
that's the reason why I can do 7 reels in 1 hour, bro. I just drag my podcast. I go and, I don't know, tafeke, go for a run.
No,
go
but
to
do
the
they
gym.
know how to?
I come back, all is done.
But do they crop and condense?
Yeah.
No. I mean, like,
They don't condense, but they crop that part.
yeah,
So
they
if
crop
the,
that part.
Yeah, so if the podcast, if I'm speaking to someone, let's say about like fucking Israel or some shit like that, and it's a 30-second juicy clip, like for example, MJ would say, the reason how it all started is that after that, it will start from there and 30 seconds later,
That's
and
not
then you
too
just
juicy.
take out. Bro, I tell you, people's attention span is less than 5 seconds. As long as you get the 5 seconds, it's fucking phenomenal already, lah, okay?
But to Brian's point, I think there still needs to be more editing lah.
His one is the manual way. So I can't do it clearly because Poegi and Andrew don't know how to do reels. Okay, Nick maybe can. He's learning. He's recently.
You can learn, but it just takes time. That's the
Bro, we
one
all
thing that
got
you
fucking.
cannot.
I'm working till 2
Yeah.
a.m., 1 a.m. lah. Okay, fuck
Cannot,
this
bro.
real shit. Already taking up 5 hours of my Sunday to do this
Yeah,
shit
you
lah.
ain't
Okay.
doing that shit, man.
So, this is the easiest way. Since you stopped podcasting, right? I feel like the marketing game of podcasting has changed a lot. People are so short form, but they need a reason to go to long form.
Oh, bro, I tell you something crazy. You know the last episode, Space Dollar? So during the podcast, right, we said, let's do this social experiment. Okay? We just try this out only. So he says, I said, have you heard about the Illuminati? Then he's like, sebenarnya, saya sebahagian daripada Illuminati. Saya dah join mereka untuk 10 years. He just said that in a serious face, and then me and the other dude was like,
Then AI will detect.
no, bro. So this clip, right? We posted it on TikTok. We posted it on Shorts, right? And Insta. The first 2 days, it was very
Slow.
bad, like 2,000 views like that. Nothing. Now it's 800,000 views
Oh
on
shit!
TikTok. It fucking success, bro. I like, and then you see the TikTok people fighting over Illuminati shit, you know.
Yeah, you see, they don't watch the whole thing, man.
That brought about 7,000 views to the full podcast.
See what
Bro,
I
how
mean?
much?
That,
How much?
7,000.
7,000
It's like that, the transition.
But it's mad at 800,000 you only get 7,000, man.
Oh,
Hey,
it's
wow.
usually, bro. It's usually it's for me. It's
a
worse than
funnel.
that usually.
It's a funnel, bro.
Yeah,
So-
it's a funnel.
Yeah, but actually, it's a good thing because out of, let's say, the X number of views, out of the 800,000, 7,000 only, you get like 300 subscribers or whatever on your YouTube channel. It's quite solid, bro. And it's like something that always builds on. So I think like if you go into podcasting now, right, your workload might be a bit heavier now, but AI helps a lot lah. Just drag the whole pod in CapCut, bro. God's greatest gift. There's another one called Opus Clips, which is a bit better, but that one is like browser version and it's kind of slow.
I've heard this AI thing of couple. Even Space Dollar told me, bro, you need AI, man. I've heard this also from many people. The reason why I don't do it is because I feel like it's like what John said. They can clip you the juiciest parts. But the thing is, when I'm editing the full podcast, I already know which are the juicy parts. It's how you mix and match, and then
Right,
trial and
I
error.
don't know.
So
I
I
think so many.
think like that lah. So I think like even if I have the AI, right, fuck man, can I program the AI to think exactly like how I think exactly
It will slowly learn lah. Because
Will
you
it?
see, yeah, of course. Because
it's a learning software.
it's AI. So basically, if you-
AI is just basically a software that
yeah,
learns.
it's always learning. What? Because
I didn't know that, bro.
So for example, if you have let's say a 2-hour podcast and you drop it in, right, and then it provides 20 clips, you select the clips. So for example, you select 5 lah for that week. Then the next week you do another podcast, you drop it in again, and then you select another 5. The algo will be like, oh, I think this guy really likes these elements of the podcast.
Is that what is happening to yours?
Absolutely, bro.
So it's like slowly knowing, okay, these people like to rip on
based on your
races.
account lah. You don't go and change account lah. Fuck, you change account, then it will relearn from
It's
the
like
start again.
YCS, they like to talk about race or
Ah.
come out with the
Yeah, it's true, bro. I'm
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
you.
Okay,
They will
that's
slowly
a-
recommend more, but obviously if you continue to talk about that, or a person's voice or person's expression,
It's like working with an editor lah. He's slowly learning.
yeah, you will it's like, and if you want to add in your clips and all that, you can still add, just stack it as a layer on top.
Okay, hey, let's do a fun topic. Last one, then we close. Okay,
Sure, man.
yeah, just a fun one. Yeah, guys,
Trump, Israel, Palestine, podcasting, and now a fun one.
fun one. I
Oh,
need
Najib.
yeah. What was that? Trump also before that.
How far are we into the pod now?
2 hours, bro. It's
Wow,
long day.
Serious, huh?
Why, bro? It happens like that every time, man. Why are you surprised at this point?
It's a feels.jp.
I'm not surprised already. I just know like it just flies, man. That's why I keep looking at the time. Yeah. Come, okay, fast one. And every time I do this, I just think, fuck, I need to do this more often. Keep forgetting. Last time we did this was what, 10 months already? I think so.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think is gonna happen? The Middle East war right now.
Roeshan, you wanna
Is,
start?
you think it's gonna? You think it's gonna end anytime soon?
I don't see how we can.
Or I mean, at least shut down the attacks or whatever.
I tell you, when the Israel Palestine thing, because let me just say, alright, I've actually been speaking out, funnily enough, about this Israel Palestine stuff since I was in college, which was like what 10, 12. So I actually have the receipts to actually substantiate.
Actually, I think you brought it up during this podcast.
told
Yeah,
you so.
did I?
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah,
Did it?
yeah,
Okay. I
It's okay, I don't remember.
because
I somewhat vaguely remember now.
Vaguely.
Because I always put this caveat, because even like when I was 18 years old, I was on Facebook. The illegal settlements in
West Bank.
West Bank is unlawful. Israel has to stop. When of course it's like 100 likes or something like that, right? But I just speak to
100
the
is
world
not
because
that way.
in college at that age you think you can change the world, right? But when the conflict actually first happened, I was kind of like, I understood why.
Sorry, which conflict? October 7.
Yeah. So I kind of understood like why Israel took its position, right? In the sense that, to me, I was like, what is Israel going to do if they have a threat on their right next to them? It can't be a situation where they just have a defensive measure. They have to root out Hamas.
Find the source.
But then it went long enough for me to be now like, at this point, you're just building new Hamas.
Yeah.
There's no. So what is the end?
Yeah. What is end?
How can you? You'll
they
never
will
be able to
out-
root out
upend
Hamas. In fact, you're just perpetuating the cycle. So now at this point, I'm like, I don't. If they stop, also, what's the point? It's not gonna. It's not gonna end. It's just gonna continue.
Bro,
So-
I was actually very similar like you, man. So October 7 happened 2023. Maybe 4-5 months later, I think February I started. I didn't know nothing about this fucking Israel-Palestine shit. And then I started reading more to it. So at the start, right, of course, the narrative is always they came and the Palestinians were the one that came and Hamas, came and committed a genocide on Israel on October 7. That's always been a narrative. And, it's already 1 year plus. And more and more and more and more children and just civilians, like how many? 100, not 100 times more lah. Okay, but is it 100? 40 times, 50 times more, of the compared to the death toll on October 7, so it's already, it's like, okay, one side is saying we need to eliminate the source, and then the Hamas sympathizers are a thing, okay, they are going to keep growing and growing, and what is the plan after that? Like, what do they do with that whole country up to that? They are, so the big, you listen to Mossab Hassan. Have you seen?
Oh, the ex-Hamas guy.
Yeah,
right?
ex-Hamas guy.
the very thin guy, right?
It's not so thin. I don't know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, maybe it's.
But he's
well-
like a ex.
I've heard the son of the.
Yeah, son of Hamas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what? Okay, like what is to your? Can you perhaps you can build argument for Israel and then an argument for Palestine. What is their? Yeah, and for Palestine, because they both have their own narrative.
No, so in
Wrong country, brother.
no, in a nutshell.
No, this is just we are talking about their.
Hypothetically.
Not hypothetically, we're talking about
Okay, they are what they
Israel's.
think, yeah.
Israel's what is.
Yeah.
No, so in a nutshell, Israel was given a plot of land, and that plot of land was given lawfully, right? I mean, it's recognized by
1947, is
whoever. I can't remember the exact date. I'm not. This is just what I understand from my reading when I was a college kid, lah. They were given a plot of land, and then the surrounding countries were not happy. Right? I'm just summarizing very simply, right? They all attacked Israel. David Goliath. Israel managed to survive, right? But what happened then was they took more land when they won. Some of this land they've released back, blah 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 blah. But then eventually they've taken land that they were not originally given, and even places that they were not supposed to take land, they have gone and illegally settled.
You're talking about right now, lah.
Right now.
Ongoing that thing, West Bank.
Right?
Yeah.
So the first thing is we have the what Israel will say is that they have a lawful reason for being there at the very least. Yes. Right? Palestine doesn't agree at all. Right? So they feel that the Jewish people, the Israelis, there shouldn't be a Jewish state lah. And so that's the basis of it lah. Right? Because originally the Jewish people were not there. They were given the land by colonizers, right? Or by the Western people.
Yeah.
So, that's about that's about it lah. And the only solution seems to be a two-state solution.
Yeah.
But neither party wants to do a two-state solution. So, and now this thing has definitely worsened the fact to the point where right now definitely there cannot be a two-state solution.
Yeah.
And like what you were saying just now, in regard to this conflict, I don't understand what is Israel's end goal here.
Yeah. That is the big question.
And it's all this thing of what, in law also we say, justice cannot only be done, it has to be seen to be done. Meaning that optics actually is super important, right? So you can talk about how, we are the most advanced military, we are so targeted, collateral damage is so small, low, whatever, all that justified. It's war, of course there's going to be collateral. All of this logically makes sense. But if optically it looks that bad, you're showing pictures of, people being burned,
the babies.
kids, you are just radicalizing more people. And this thing will not end. So what is your goal? Your goal is, then the only way is to just kill all of them, right? And then you will not have a problem. But that's a genocide. You keep saying that this is not a genocide, but that would be a genocide. I don't know whether you agree with me, MJ, but that's just my...
It's so weird. I went to Japan and then I was eating ramen, and then like my uncle and my colleague were just sitting there. I was just eating. Then there was a couple in front and they couldn't read Japanese, so I just told them like, I just read out to them. Then they said thank you. Then I was like, I was being super friendly. And then they asked, where are you from? I'm from Malaysia. Then they were like, cool. Then I'm like, where are you guys from? They said from Israel. Wow, bro, my face, everybody at the table, all of it's like,
oh my god. Where was this?
Yeah, bro.
Where was this?
Shalom.
No, where or when?
Did you ask where are they from or what are you?
No, they asked me first. I said I'm from Malaysia. They didn't really. I don't think they know where Malaysia is. And then after that, they went like, I'm from Israel.
But if you go to Singapore, there are a lot of them there. The full beard, the hat.
Serious?
Yeah.
They don't look like that. The ones that I saw.
Oh yeah, no. So you can actually see.
They were the general looking like
They have like a temple, I think like a Jewish temple in Singapore, so you can go meet like rabbis and all that.
Synagogues.
Synagogue. Sorry.
Oh shit. Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh shit, man. But bro, we all just kept quiet the whole lunch after that. I didn't want to translate anything for that. I feel so like, wow, shit, man.
The dude was sitting at your table.
No. It's kind of like a shared thing, lah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean your
just this year only, bro? Beginning of this year. This was like fresh after October 7th. That shit.
So if you were feeling it, what is he feeling?
I don't think he understood. I don't think that Israeli guy understood what was going on. The guy lived in his own world, bro. He's just like, I'm here in Japan for a holiday. He's quite old, like he's like in his 50s, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So I don't think he gets it. I think it's maybe like, burning child. Another one.
I think there just needs to be immediate ceasefire. They gotta stop.
Yeah, that's the only...
They gotta stop. And America has to pull the funding and all that. It's insane. That's my humble opinion.
So they've already pretty much wiped out, if I'm not mistaken, most of Hezbollah's top people. They already wiped out most of them. And still there isn't an after-war plan, right? There still isn't an after-war plan where they explain how they're gonna...
I think the problem for Israel, like if you're purely pro-Israel, your big enemy is Iran. Yeah. Because you can clear the top of Hezbollah and all that. But Iran
can you tell me about Iran's position?
Yeah, they don't like Israel.
And how long has this been?
Since 1979, when the supreme leader took control of the religious supreme leader took control of Iran.
Actually, Iran used to be like a Western country back in the day.
I heard from Roman Bose episode, he was explaining a bit about that. Remember?
I saw some pictures, man.
I saw shit, bro. It's crazy,
some wild
it's crazy,
shit,
man.
Bro.
It's
but
crazy.
To be fair, here also lah.
Yeah, really.
To be fair, here also lah. That's why I said lah. I'm like, bro, actually here also, Prime Minister drinking wine, Guinness, all this shit.
That's why people fear that here it can elevate even more lah into that.
But
that
I'll tell you something about Malaysia.
Sure.
Do you want to stick on go back to our topic? Then we talk about.
Maybe okay lah. So we already answered what's going to happen next. We have no fucking idea. But what happens?
No, but I'll tell you why it's hard to figure out, right? This whole thing. So
okay. How about just now you're talking about Israel's argument. Do you want to give Palestinians' argument for why they're oppressed or whatever and all? What's going on?
So I was saying it this way. So what Roeshan explained was the legality of the case, right?
The land ownership.
Right. In fact, what he summarized was just why people in the region were pissed at Israel and why Israel's pissed, right?
The illegal settlements.
Yeah, so he actually already explained more or less the case of both sides, but I'll explain the psychology for both these groups. So with Israel, it's very straightforward, right? They've been a hated group of people since the beginning of time. And people in Europe didn't like them. Almost everywhere they went, people didn't like them. And partly because they tend to excel in skills that are very niche but very valuable. So today, that niche would be media. For example, in the US, most media outlets are Jewish run.
Shit, yeah, I
Right?
heard that also. That's
Really
great.
smart. But back in the day in Europe, they were, because the Catholic Church banned usury, which is the usage of interest rates to for your banking or for money stuff, right? But if you know finance, you know that interest rates are very, very important, because interest rates are the price of money. Right? Everything has a price. Why can't money have a price, right? So then that means most people in Europe could not deal in interest, but you still needed to get the economy going. So that's where Jews got involved, and that's why they're bankers and all these conspiracies and all that. So they tend to do that, and also because they tend to be oppressed, so they always have a chip on their shoulder. So the perception that a lot of people have about them is that they have their chip on their shoulder, and they are also a bit cocky, and like they're special people, right? They are God's chosen people. So that's the psychology of Jews. They always have this siege mentality. So they will not tolerate any attacks on them, especially the more conservative.
So sorry, just I'll say this. I feel like people often recognize or talk about the superiority complex, but they rarely talk about the inferiority complex.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. So Europe basically say, you know what? In a way, thanks to them, we had this huge war, and we were sick and tired of them. We need to put them somewhere.
Sorry, just to clarify, I'm not gonna clip this part lah.
Yeah.
It'll just be in the podcast. Yeah. So
Yeah. So they just say I'm tired, and I actually have European friends who just say that it's actually very simple, right? The reason why, and they'll blame Jews for starting for causing Hitler to hate them, giving reasons for Hitler to hate them, and it's also Jews' fault that communism was founded, because the founders of communism, a lot of them were Jews, right? Yeah. You can
communism,
go
was it? I thought it was Russian. It started in
Russian
Russia.
Jew.
Oh, Russian Jews.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ashkenazi.
oh, Karl Marx is a Jew.
I thought it's Karl
No,
Marx.
but the leaders,
Marxism.
it's not just Karl Marx, it's just
Got
the
you.
group, right?
Okay, I see.
So anyways, so they say, you know what, they just need a country. And so they went around and they thought, where can we put them?
Oh my god.
And so that's why they want to put them back in the historic homeland
Yes.
called Judah. That is their original name. That's why they came out with the name Jew. Now,
Sorry, Judah appears in the Bible, is
so
it?
in the Bible, is like, okay, long story short, there was the kingdom of Israel, and then it got split in half. North is Samaria, south is Judah. Correct? Well, I think north is Samaria.
But even before that, basically there's 12 tribes
Correct.
Israel.
Oh my lord.
The 12
We're talking
sons.
about 1,000 years already, yeah.
Yeah.
Or 100. Okay,
No,
yeah,
more.
sure.
Longer than that lah.
So the
Longer
first king of Israel is David. If you heard David and Goliath, David is the first king.
No way.
So anyways, I'm not going to go into that. So basically, the kingdom split into half, then you have Judah. Fast forward, the Romans took over the area. And because they didn't like Jews, so Romans also didn't like Jews, they
Damn.
renamed that area based on the historical enemies of Jews, which was the Philistines. That's why it became Palestine.
Palestine. Oh,
So isn't
okay.
Philistine like a negative connotation?
Yes, exactly. So
it's like a
Goliath,
Philistine.
Goliath was a Philistine.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so Philistines were the people there before God commanded Jews to go there, right? Or So anyways, so that's how it came about, and the psychology of Jews is that is our homeland, and the psychology of Europe is like, you know what? Whenever they come here, people just end up not liking them. Let's just put them there, right? Because anti-Semitism did not die with Hitler. It's still alive and well today, right? So they took that and then they put the Jews there, right? Because they're like, hey, that's where they belong. Right? We read the Bible and say, yeah, they Jews there, right? And not only that, they're saying like, hey, look, like the Jews, because a lot of the people that went back to
This
Israel
after World War One, right?
were
Is it or two?
Ashkenazi Jews. So these were Jews with European buds. But before that, they have this thing called the Old Yishuv, which is the old Jews that never left the place. They were kicked out. Many of them were kicked
What's
out.
the timeline for this World War Two? Is it?
Yeah, so that is after. No, this is like
No.
before World War II, like that.
Actually, it all started with First World
Yeah.
War lah.
Yeah,
These
correct.
were all the
So every
negotiations.
time something happened, then they blame Jews, right? Legit or not my part. So then that's the Jewish mindset and the European psychology. So what about the Arab and the Middle Eastern psychology.
Sure, their point of view.
Quite simply put, a lot of people think that Jews are responsible for a lot of things. That's why God punished them many, many times. And for those of you who don't know, Muhammad, tradition says that Muhammad was poisoned by a Jewish person.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Damn, boy. And Jews are, when in the tradition, they say that Muhammad interacted with Jews. He fought with Jews.
Yeah.
The experience overall is negative. So that is the psychology. Now with this psychological backdrop plus the legality, how do you solve a problem like that?
You want to choose. I'll be the pogi in this podcast.
If you are anti-Israel, you can't get rid of them because they have the support of the United States. And even if they do not have the support of the United States, they are so much more militarily advanced.
Yeah, compared to the
surrounding.
Palestine.
Apparently, they have nuclear weapons.
It's not confirmed, man. I thought it's confirmed they got, dude.
I don't know confirm, but I'm not surprised if they do.
Nuclear weapons is not something people show it out.
Yeah, I mean a lot of Jews worked on the nuclear bomb, so quite sure they have it, right? But
Okay.
then if you're on Israel's side, like what he said, where is the end for this? You can take over Rafah, but then they also are sensitive on the image. They could, if they wanted to really do,
They
a
would have
genocide,
done it.
They would have done it a long time ago. It's very easy.
Of course, they.
Because if you follow what Hamas wants also, let's say they want a one state. Then they said, never mind, all the Jewish people will be under our state. Come on.
Yeah.
They're gonna get killed. lah.
Yeah,
There's no way.
but
You think so?
Yes. 100%. Okay, these guys will kill. They hate them.
What if they are civilians?
They
yeah,
hate them because these are they consider these people as like their occupiers, penjajah times 100.
yeah.
You know, they don't look at them as human also because
Yeah.
these are the people that have jailed them and
it's been going for so long, you know. So it's
Now,
like hard
to
to
compound the problem, if Russia invades Ukraine, Europe absorbs the refugees
Okay.
because the Ukrainians just run to Poland, to.
Sure.
yeah,
Yes.
cross border.
People say that Israel is like constricting Rafah with the 2 million citizens because they closed the borders, but they forgot that part of the Rafah borders include Egypt. And so why doesn't Egypt want to take anything?
Yeah.
Or Saudi Arabia or anyone? Because apparently they also don't really like it seems like they also don't really like
no lah. Their explanation is they say
They also don't really like what?
What is their explanation? I've heard this many times, man.
Well, two lah, they don't like them actually. And
But they are all Arabs, lah. But
yeah, but
Palestinian
but you have to
Arabs
understand Arabs are tribal, right? That tribe is not liked by a lot of people, especially if you are well off in the Gulf states.
which tribe?
Why would I get involved with that?
Palestinian.
it's
you mean?
almost like comparison is like
Got you.
if let's say something happened and Indonesians were supposed to take in Malays.
Yes,
from
just
here.
because we speak a similar language or something like that. We look the same.
Yeah.
Understand?
But the reason why they say they don't open the borders is because they say that number one, I mean this is what they say lah. Whether it's actually the reason,
Yeah.
they say that it doesn't solve the problem, and number two, it's actually supporting Israel's because it gives a
reason
way
for
for
Israel to
Israel to
continue.
not deal with the consequences of what they're doing lah.
Yeah.
Understand?
That's what
Okay.
they would say lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So,
to paint it short is they just don't want more future potential conflict that could happen in their own country to their own people.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
and also they
Egypt
have
doesn't
their
want
own
that.
like the funny thing is they have their own peace deals with like Israel. Like
Yeah.
remember
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know like actually Israel has given back land also to like Egypt and all of them. So
The Sinai area, which belongs to Egypt, which is south of Israel, Israel took over that land when they went to war in 1967, I think. But then Israel gave back the land in exchange for peace. So Egypt's like, yeah, okay, chill. So you've got the nations surrounding that don't really want to absorb, and there's an interest for Iran to have this thing there to annoy Israel all the time because they don't like Israel. And so, okay, Israel can kill the entire cast of Hezbollah, but they can easily be replaced by people from Iran.
Group from Iran.
And Iran, by the way, is very, very different because they have military capabilities and they are smart people, right? Compared to Palestinians who don't have the resources.
Yeah.
So
okay.
how do you even begin to solve this? Nobody knows how you're going to solve this.
Yeah, you're
But
right.
one thing that could start the end of this conflict would be a toppling of the Ayatollah regime in Iran. If that regime falls, then you will see. I think peace will be faster.
So you're saying
because it's more likely that regime fall than Israel falls. Because Israel is democratic, so like they can kick Netanyahu, then they just replace. But for Ayatollah, it's a theocracy. Yeah. So if that falls, and there are a lot of secular Persians, right? So if they somehow rise up or whatever, then I think perhaps peace will be faster. But until these external factors happen, I think we're just gonna see more of the same.
Why doesn't America just go to Iran and just like?
Because they will trigger a nuclear war, and it would not be popular
because
with Americans.
Because Iran already has the.
You have to read the room for Americans. Americans want to be involved less already. Right? They want to they want to put the borders. They want to put tariffs. They want to make
their own
America
shit.
great away. They don't want wars. They're sick of wars.
And it definitely would trigger a world war. Because if
Bro,
they
it's
attack,
fucked,
because you have to
man. It's
understand,
so scary, lah,
Iran is like kind of quasi China and Russia's representative in that region.
Oh shit!
Just like how Israel is US representative in that region.
Yeah.
So effectively,
It would be world war. Holy shit.
they would be attacking by extension Russia and China.
And
Russia
then
and China would be
alliance,
pulled in. Even India would be pulled in.
Yeah, dude.
All of them would be pulled in. It would be a world war.
America slowly backing out is just in the best interest of humans or in general right now.
To a point. There are some scenarios where America did not back out and it benefited us, right? Like Japan, for example.
But those are different wars, right?
Yeah, of course. In this case, they are doing the right
I'm saying
thing.
this case,
They don't have to do it. So, like, who knows? So now just wait and see, lor.
I saw something where they say Trump's first day or second day in office, there was a call already for ceasefire or something.
No, but I
Some
wonder
shit
how
like
true
that.
is it. I've read similar things, but
Right.
he's not in office yet, right? He hasn't been sworn in. So does he have any executive power? No, right?
No. You need to go through the whole process.
But he's
first,
really
bro.
giving announcements.
No, announcers that to his strategy, I understand. But there are things circulating like, on the first 5 days, Trump has already done this. So I'm like, how can he be doing that?
Okay, this is a fucking topic that it's never ending. I remember also the first time I asked my dad about it, October 7, I still remember it happened. Then I tried to ask him to explain. That time I didn't know shit at all, right? And he looked at me, he said like, Ryan, this conflict has been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years and I don't know how it will stop. He said that. Many months later, now I understand that it's very, 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 very complicated, many layers. But when you, like, do you all see Piers Morgan, the interviews and all?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So people think that Piers Morgan is super biased.
No.
What do you all think? I don't
I haven't
think so,
seen
man.
that with Piers Morgan. What?
He's done so many, bro. He interviews like,
so
Muhammad
many, bro.
Hijab,
Everyone, bro.
Rabbi Shmuli. It's just people shouting at each other most of the time.
Sometimes it's
Cheng
civil,
Uyghur.
Cheng Uyghur. But I feel like a person that would have a good insight on both sides, right? Is him, man. He would have heard all the sides, and if he can't understand also like how to solve it, it's fuck, man. We're fucked.
No, but I understand the argument also because actually I align very much like with Piers Morgan or Bill Maher, Joe Rogan in the sense that I feel like I'm very center lah, right? And for me, I feel like everything is complicated. There's no black and white.
I'm super center, and I feel like a logical person also would be center if they know both narratives and both perspectives.
But my problem, I feel, as a person being center, is sometimes I feel I'm stuck in the middle. I don't end up moving anywhere also. So sometimes also if you're center, right?
But do you know where to move? Which direction?
If you're center, sometimes like Israel, Palestine, sometimes a decision just has to be made lah. You know, if you're center, so what are you gonna do? You'll end up doing nothing, right?
You're right.
I think from what I can gather, right, and this may sound a bit fucking crazy lah. You have two ways to solve this. Now that I think about it,
Okay.
and both involve, right, everybody just saying fuck it, we should just work together. So the first one is everybody probably goes to space. You send everybody to space, and they see
space.
how small the world is, right? And you're like, fuck, man. Actually, why the fuck do I even care, you know. We should be working together. And then everybody just like fucking let's just work together lah. Second is an alien attack lah.
Yeah.
And then everybody like I think we better work together.
Yeah,
lah.
for sure.
Right, if you think about it, right, basically we are just fighting each other. It's kind of like if you see a colony of ants, red ants, black ants, and then they fight each other and they fuck each other up. But when you see a human being come and want to fucking kill you, ants will be like, bro, I think we better fucking kill the human being, man. You know, like there's no common enemy. Maybe that's our problem, you know.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
like
Like,
even
who-
if to use example, even if aliens come, if we team up and we beat them, and then let's say if everyone teams up, everyone's friends, and then we beat the aliens, like yay, and then we're just back to killing each other.
No need to have a constant thing, bro. You need to have like a
That's funny, bro.
like a healthy
You defeat
rival.
the aliens and let's go back to war.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, right. No, what makes you think that?
Like don't you think, right?
That
Like,
happened in China, right? Oh, Japan was the enemy. Let's kick them out.
and then after
And then
that,
suddenly
you go
Mao
back to
Zedong and Chiang Kai-shek resume. Let's go.
Who's fighting in China?
No, lah, back in the day lah, when they kicked Japan out, then Chairman Mao, Communist Party, and Taiwan KMT.
if an alien invasion were to happen, right? But not like wow, we could have fucking no chance of survival, you know. But got chance lah, you know, right? Who do you think will be the leader of the world, bro?
for sure it's the US lah.
Yeah, what? There was the Independence Day. You know, they already said they're invading the. White House, bro.
I was re-evaluating this because I was thinking about America as well, and then I watched the movie Arrival again, the Denis Villeneuve, you know that
I
movie.
didn't watch, but okay.
Bro, it's a fantastic movie. You should totally
Okay.
fucking watch it, right?
Yeah, a lot of shows lah, bro. But anyways.
No, but this one is really quite mad because it's something to do with that. It's like aliens who come to Earth and they're like, what the fuck are they saying? You don't know what
That's
their
the
language is.
translator one, right?
The linguistic person one.
Yeah.
It's damn fascinating because all the countries were working together, and then I think it was China who backed out last minute, and then everybody all like fucking black out because they're like, oh, if China out, that means I'm also out lah. So I was thinking, oh, is China the one actually? Then after that, the US played the hero role again. Then they said, oh, we are actually, it's part of a solution. We have to work together. Aliens are making us work together, that type of thing. I was like wondering, you know, wow, who is really the person that you speak to? Because these alien pods came down in various parts around the world, and it wasn't exactly like a city. It's like random places, one, you know, like Minnesota, and then like one is in middle of China, that type of thing. So it got me thinking, like, you know, like actually that was the only time they kind of worked together, right?
Yeah.
Do you all know about the space race? Like, so what, Mars? That's Elon's thing, right?
Yeah.
What is the progress, man?
I don't follow. But I hope he succeeds. Yeah. 2029
I
lah,
think
yeah.
they say
That's
it's quite.
good.
Yeah, he's projected it to be like.
2029 lah.
Yeah.
But there is no life there. So what happens, man?
But you don't know. Maybe there's resources there. I don't know.
Sure.
No, I think the reason why they say Mars is a good place is because there's easier access to water. There's a few reasons why lah.
And also it's closest to Earth lah, right? It's the next planet.
Actually, I don't know whether it's Venus or.
Oh, my
No,
very
bro.
eager mother.
I mean, if you
Venus and Mars, yeah.
Think, I mean, if you think logically, right? If it was another planet, they would go to that planet first instead of Mars.
No. You go to Venus,
But
you
I
might
also
burn alive.
the resources, but I also think that it is the next, if I can remember correctly.
If you go to Venus, you die, bro.
Otherwise, just go to the moon lah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Moon also have.
But Moon apparently has nothing.
Yeah lah. That's why you need Mars. They have enough to terraform lah. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
Did you guys follow the elections?
Oh, obviously. I
man.
wasted my entire 6th of November was lockdown. Was it 6 or 7
Oh, it's
of
just
November?
one light.
Yeah, it's just one.
No,
night.
but actually, honestly, if the room itself had light, it would probably be okay already.
Yeah, but it looks terrible with just multiple.
No, but the room actually doesn't have light.
God.
But
Before
you're
this,
not
when
on
we
it,
did
is
the
it?
No, but
podcast-
because we got curtain, so
Yeah.
you will control the lighting.
Ah.
Because they want to have the curtain, ma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they switch on the light, the normal ones is like part will get blocked.
Yeah.
things like that.
It looks
Okay.
terrible. It looks like an abandoned house.
It's really in the dark. Yeah.
It's my mom.
Yeah. Dude, about the elections, man. You all followed that shit.
I did.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, I care more about it than our own local. Like, oh my god. I think it was the Joe Rogan pod where he was, I think, who said it? Elon said it. He was saying how, like, this might be the last,
Election, yeah.
if
So
Trump don't
he's Elon was trying to say that if Kamala wins, it's the last chance for like it's the end for freedom of speech or something like that.
win. Something like that.
The demographics as well.
Yes, if the Republicans win, Sorry, if the Democrats win, he was saying that lah. Yeah, but what's your take on all that, man? Like,
Wow.
so
This is-
for me, honestly, I can't say I know too much in detail, but fuck, I listened to Trump on JRE, right? You guys catch that podcast?
Yeah, I did.
What?
3 hours, man. You did, is it?
Yeah.
Bro, he spent fucking 3 hours on the podcast. So I've never actually listened to Trump talk long periods of time, right? Just roughly know how he has his he goes up and down in his tone like that. But bro, the 3 hours, Roeshan, do you listen also?
Yeah,
Bro,
but
the
not the
tree-
whole thing. Maybe about 60%.
Yeah, not the whole thing for me also.
Bro, he's a master of, I don't know, man, just going on and he doesn't stop, bro. He just doesn't stop. He keeps going and
But
talking.
he's not. He doesn't really answer the question sometimes. He
Oh,
kind of like
a lot of times.
he just go and then Joe have to like, hey, remember that question?
So he strays away from the direct question. Maybe Joe hits him with a hard-hitting question, right? Then he would slowly just dwindle off to a different story. You know what's funny? Okay, then this is also what I think that makes his character likable or hard to not like him, right? Is he even admits it. I think third quarter of the podcast, he was telling Joe, like, but you know, so I often go off on side
tangent,
rants, on blah blah tangents and all. Yeah, he just talks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a couple of times also, right, he didn't know at something. He just
You ramble, fella.
but there are also times that he straight up say to Joe, "Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know about that." And it's not something that is too complicated or what. But yeah, my takeaway was he's also not afraid to show that he doesn't know everything.
I think the fact that he showed up made him warn.
100%. And he nearly got shot also.
No,
Twice.
100%.
Yes.
Twice.
So so guys, the getting
shot.
2 assassination attempts. I guess for what do you all think? Do you all think it was a setup by the like you know what I mean? Like,
Bro, Vic was saying also, you know Vic on the pod, like, he was saying how
what's that dude's name? The other the Indian dude, right?
Vic,
That joins
Vic,
you guys.
Yeah, Vic was saying how like
The
I think
smart
it's
boy
staged.
gay, right? Sorry, boy gay.
Okay.
He was saying it was staged, but I'm like, no way, man. No fucking way it's staged,
okay, what do you
man,
mean? What do you mean
bro.
it was staged? Staged by Trump?
No, he was saying how it's like maybe it was by Trump lah. It's like it got blood packet all that. I'm like, no fucking way, bro.
Blood packet.
You know, like when you act in movies and there's a blood packet and that shit.
I used to think, right,
mad, bro.
WWE. My brother told me this when I was young. Like when they
Hit the forehead.
Yeah, when they hit and then the blood comes out. But
But they cut the forehead a bit.
no. What I used to think was a blood patch.
Oh.
So blood patch, then you pop it, then it bursts out.
Ah.
Then the blood come out.
But it's not his real blood.
Bro, then I was on a sales job, right? I think I told you guys this last time. I did a sales job last time, going door to door, remember?
Yeah.
Right? Some dude in my team,
You're selling lights or something, right?
solar panels.
Solar panels. Yeah.
Yes, solar panels. So anyways, some dude in my team is a wrestler. He's someone who's trying to it's
Get
one of
into the
those
scene,
yeah, it's one of those careers where not exactly it's not really a direct path to it. It's damn hard lah, okay? You have to be undeniable type of shit. So anyways, he was telling me how they do it, and they literally keep a little blade with them. A small blade, just something like that.
Yeah.
You know, he had it in his wallet, he took it out, he showed me. He said when they are, you know, sometimes if they're up close, the camera can't see, you know, the camera is looking at your neck from
back or
behind.
whatever.
Then you cut the guy. Yeah, so it's real shit like that. What are we talking about?
Trump again, his assassination attempt. That was fake. What do you think?
I
You think
think
it's
he's
fake?
chosen by God, bro.
I think so too.
God
man.
chose him
I think so
To
too.
win.
to be president. Yeah. But once that happened, and then after when he stood up, and then instead of like hiding, he was like that.
Fist pump with the flag
So
behind him.
it's a legit assassination attempt
yeah.
from the Democrats.
I don't know if it's Democrats, but I don't know. It's
But
just
if not the Democrats, then who?
It could be a crazy
a
person.
lot of people don't like Trump. Yeah.
Do you like Trump?
I like Trump. Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, I bought 4 mega hats for the pod, bro. It was 11:11 and I'm like, I'm buying 4 mega
Oh, you
hats.
watched the podcast? What do you mean for the pod?
No, for Yam Cha, right? Bought 4 mega hats, bro. So we
Yeah.
can all sit with the Make America Great Again.
Oh, but you have not aired that yet.
No, I just bought the hats. I thought it'd be damn funny. I got a Red Ranger helmet too. Just waiting for everybody to get like a weird thing to wear. Yeah, man. Like a onesie.
So after his assassination attempt, he got so much more popular, right?
Yeah.
Just because of the gesture he did after that fight, and also I guess everyone's what do you call that?
I think he even appeared on like 12 different podcasts, bro. Like
Oh,
Theo Vaughn, Ben Shapiro, all that. So I think that's what
Lex
really
also.
All the big
Yeah.
podcasts.
Yeah, that's what really sold it, lah. And then Kamala was the one that said like, "Oh, I only can do 45 minutes if you come to me." Then Joe was like, "Go fuck off, lah."
You know, it's well, I think it's all of that plus the fact that Kamala is shit.
Yeah, that one also.
Okay.
She went on what? Call Me Daddy.
Yeah, Call Me Daddy.
Oh, she went on Call Me Daddy.
SNL, I think she was on SNL also.
That was one of the bigger podcasts she went on. Call Me Daddy.
Call Me Daddy, but was it a long format?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't even
I don't watch Call Me Daddy, so
I also don't.
I don't. Honestly, I don't.
I
But
can't. Yeah.
yeah. Trump. He won everything, lah. Right, basically.
I can't imagine Kamala being anywhere near being a more entertaining or better speaker than Donald Trump. Yes,
No.
He's had so much more experience in
Nope.
entertainment, showbiz, right? He's known as the "you are fired" guy. You know,
Apprentice.
get the hell out of my office. Super successful businessman.
I don't think Trump is a good communicator. And if you watch like old videos of him, you can see actually he was a way better communicator. Actually, if you think that
Last time, sorry.
yeah, when he was younger, if you watch episodes of The Apprentice or you watch episodes when he was like going on like David Letterman when David Letterman was young,
Talk shows,
right? He was actually much more articulate. Actually, he is old. He is
Bro, he's-
speaking.
You know he's older than
He's-
Biden.
Yeah, he
No,
is.
wait, no. I just heard him say. Are you sure? I think 3 years younger. Than
Yeah, it's a
Biden.
bit younger.
Yeah.
No,
But
he's
about the-
3 years older than Biden.
Check. Serious
Bro,
I
I'm
heard him
serious.
say, bro. Check.
He's older than Biden, bro.
I just heard him
because
this
on
today only.
Joe Rogan's podcast, he was saying how like Joe was saying it's an age thing. He was like, no, it's not because I'm older than him. Then Joe was like, what the fuck, no way.
No. I heard him say that.
You know what? One thing I don't like about what has happened is that the left has now called like podcasts a right wing thing, which
Did
is
they?
so ridiculous because Joe Rogan voted for Bernie Sanders, which is a left wing guy. It just shows you how left the left has gone. When you're left of Bernie Sanders, I don't know how you get left of Bernie Sanders.
Oh shit, you're right. Wait, Biden's older. Sorry, my bad.
I
81.
don't know how do you get left of Bernie Sanders, man.
Let's say so most people listen to Trump on JRE. They couldn't listen to Kamala because she didn't.
scared.
Yeah, she's scared. She didn't go on. And what is she scared of? That's the important
So
question.
the thing is, what Elon Musk explained it already. Like, and all of us as podcasters, we know this, right? Why we like long form podcasts.
Why?
Our average YCS is 2 hours.
We struggle to keep it under. an hour.
Keep it under 2. I think Rumah Roy
Back in the day.
where, like yours is also about that.
It's the same.
Because you can't bullshit 2 to 3 hours of performance. Politicians can say stuff.
Can lah, but hard lah. Very hard lah.
Okay,
2 hours.
do you think? Okay, there are things that Trump bullshit about, of course.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Yeah, there's shit that he bullshits about, but also there's this other side of him that is, for me, I feel is genuine. He just
Yeah.
he just knows how to be himself. Even I'm not sure whether it is himself. It seems to me like damn straight it is. There are parts that he will show that it's just him being himself.
Or at least the perception
So
of that.
that's what I was saying. I don't think Trump is a great communicator. I think if you're drinking the Trump Kool-Aid, you will say that he's a great communicator. Actually, I think in terms of communication,
Sorry, define communicating.
for example, being articulate, being coherent, all these things that we would traditionally mark as a good speaker, right? So, but what I think people like about Trump is not that he's a good communicator, but rather more is that authenticity.
Yeah,
I think when you listen to Trump,
It is.
what you get from him is that this guy doesn't sound. He even when he's bullshitting, it's like a authentic bullshit.
Bro, he's good at it.
He's
good at
It's almost like he's lying not to deceive you, but he's lying because that's just part of his whole kind of.
He
like
generally
stick.
believes in his own.
Yeah. So the
Yes, I
problem
guess.
with Kamala is the opposite. Kamala is a career politician.
He's a management
And a career politician will always move according to what is beneficial to them. So like she would be pro-choice or pro-abortion depending on the number of people who can support her, right? Bernie Sanders was different. Bernie Sanders is authentic,
Yeah, correct.
right? So that's
Articulate too, actually.
What do you mean authentic? I didn't know much about Bernie Sanders. Basically, he also has his own things that he will stick to.
Yeah,
Like, he's
Bernie
not easily
Sanders,
sold.
like a lot of people give him a lot of flack for being a socialist, but Bernie Sanders has been a socialist for the past, I don't know how long
He's
Yeah.
been quite
a
consistent with his
politician.
views.
He was against the Iraq war, when it was not popular as a politician to be against the Iraq war. I'm in no way a socialist. I'm very much a capitalist, but I used to think that actually Hillary was the worst person to put up against Trump. If they had put Bernie Sanders up against Trump at that time,
Maybe.
especially that was during the Occupy Wall Street, he was such a big figure at the time. He actually stood a chance. Because everybody has been defranchised with the way things work. And everybody wants an alternative vision. Trump gives one alternative vision. Sanders gives another alternative vision. Kamala, all the Clintons, Bidens, they are establishment. They are status quo, right? So that's why, you lose people. And then on top of that, you put down. So people are so jaded. They don't care about the establishment. And when they say that, you say, oh no, that can't be it. You're sexist. You're misogynist. And that further pushes them away.
Yeah, because you're not trying to win them over.
No.
Right? You're trying to decrease them. You're trying to fucking insult them, right, for their decision. Right?
Yeah. So that's why these elections is crazy, because the response, for the first time for me, looking at the left response, at least there are some, I don't know whether you all know, the Young Turks. Right?
Yeah, Cheng
Uyghur.
Yeah. Dumb as can be, right? But he is waking up to the fact that there's something not right here with the way the left looks at this.
Is he a left?
He's
very left, yeah.
the left dude, right? But if you watch, then The View, for example, they are still doubling down on the misogynist. What's wrong with America? Not what's wrong with the Democrats. There must be a issue with the voters.
Yeah.
Right? But they're so blinded to the fact that there is an issue with the establishment.
Let me. So I guess we're getting to everything, but bro, let me just clarify. Seems like you know a lot in detail, right? What is the whole left's agenda?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, no, you can just point out the popular ones are the one that really comes out all the time, which you're talking about, the what do you call that, the gender shit, right? They're trying to push all that as well. Yeah. So what is their agenda, the left?
I mean, these different levels, it's a little bit complicated, right? Because there are levels to this. I mean, you can have an economic analysis. You can have a social...
You can be a conspiracy like China.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that every political system is meant to strengthen the position of the powerful, the elite. Right? So I could say that for the lay person, for the person on the ground, if you're a Democrat, it means that you're pro-equity, you're pro-fairness, you're supposedly... pro the that's what they
pro-minority.
Pro-minority, right? But but now the lines are becoming blurred. Last time you would think that Democrats,
very blurred.
You would think that Democrats are pro-union, they're pro-employee. But then now the right is increasingly, at least they seem to be more pro-employee. They seem to be more for the average worker, right? It's like this, like environmental issues, right? For example, let's say I want to save the environment, so I'm going to put on these regulations. But the truth is, when you put in environmental regulations, the person that is going to affect the most, someone has to swallow the bottom line. It's not going to be the government. It's going to be the person, right? It's going to be the chicken farmers. It's going to be the estate workers. Oil palm. You regulate oil palm, who's going to be affected?
It's going to be
The farmers.
It's going to be the workers, right?
Yeah.
So you have a tension here. And I think that's the left's problem, right? They have a tension. They want to be equitable, but then it's a superficial equity, because you don't consider that this is not utopian society. There's always a cost. So what's going to be your cost?
I don't think they don't even have that in their thought, their train of thought, right? They just say it because it sounds like it's a fair thing. It doesn't process, I feel.
I think the simplest way to explain the left-right divide would be the size of the interference of the government. How much the government gets involved in your life.
But that's because the government is the government, so obviously they're capable of being more involved. So.
No, that's why most governments like to lean left, because naturally, if there's a problem, that's happening, then we want to fix it, right? So typically, that is the spectrum. So when they want to, let's say the left is more in favor of regulating speech versus the right. The left is more in favor of, let's say, rent control, whereas the right doesn't care. Or taxes, they want higher taxes. The left cares.
Speaking of the regulating speech thing, right? I don't know if you all know this properly. Remember they said, we're talking about Malaysia now, that we couple of months back they said
the
that
Fahmi one.
Yes, Fahmi Fadzil, he talked about
regulating
the license, social media license.
Yeah, social media licenses is mandatory for is it every user or the company?
I think it's the company.
It's a company,
If users will be mad, the administration of this.
Basically, you just cannot post with it, bro.
So everybody who has an Instagram account must get a license. That's not happening.
So no, but then someone said to me, it's sort of like when you get a SIM card, it's an easy process. You know, if you're talking about users or But Roeshan, do you know about this?
No, I'm not sure about the application. I heard about it, but I'm not sure how the
one way to look at it is there's obviously that worry where we think that this is just trying to slowly they're slowly trying to get more control over our
data and all that lah.
Yeah, did you know, right? This was, I think, second half of 2023, right? Malaysia was number one in terms of the most TikTok post removal requests.
Huh, serious?
So let's say I still remember Malaysia's like 1,800. The second one was, can't remember what country, maybe Australia, 800, something like that.
So
but we're
more than
talking
double.
So TikTok post content requests. I assume that this statistics or this data exists because even for Malaysia, if we want to just remove any sort of content, they also have to send a request to the headquarters. Yeah.
You need to flag probably.
Yeah.
No, so your broader discussion, the reason why you're bringing this up is to talk about whether government should intervene.
Yes.
Whether government should play a more active role in society or not lah.
So right? Their reasoning is the usual, which is fight off online cyberbullying. That's number one. Child sex predators. They also like to use that one. So yeah. What do you all think about that? Because it is a slippery slope, right?
The question is, what kind of content are we pushing that is so hardcore and then it's like that vast amount, bro?
I never understood why don't we just look at other countries who have solved this and then just copy.
Like what?
I mean, our problems are not unique to us, right? Presumably.
I don't think so. We are not the only.
If other countries haven't figured out, then probably we won't be able to figure out. And it's not pressing enough to figure out. Like, yeah, people get scammed, people get misinformed, but then, developed country like US, apparently everybody is misinformed, right? 50% of the people say the other side is misinformed, vice versa. So it's like, I don't know, like, is it actually a problem to solve, or?
We say developed country to Malaysians. To Malaysians, a lot of them think that America is the worst country.
They do?
They do.
Oh,
a lot lah, bro. A lot of them think that.
Yeah, that's because they are not educated lah. So.
But also
they read the comment section enough.
But also they're thinking about the fact that America is a superpower which also bullies other countries. They're thinking, is that also true? There is truth to that also. So they are.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're so powerful, for sure you bully people. It's just normal.
Doesn't China do the same thing too? Doesn't Russia do the same thing too? It's like.
Yeah, but they'll say America does it more, right? China doesn't invade. America does.
I think when we talk about whether you should have a bigger government or smaller government, there's no right answer.
What do you mean bigger or smaller? You mean in terms of...
Because first we're talking about Democrats and Republicans. Republicans are for, the call it subsidiarity, right? The smallest... How do you explain it? The smallest...
To them, the individual is the unit.
Yeah, the individual is the most important. Individual liberties are the most important. Government shouldn't interfere in individual liberties. Or another way to see it is more like the government should only be a referee, not a player in the game.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right? But Democrats believe that because of equity, fairness, the government should step in to help out. So there, the government actually becomes a player.
Funnily enough, they go and defund police and all that, right? Quite stupid, right?
Yeah. So that's why.
what was the... Okay, so what was that? I don't understand. Why did they want that? Is it just solely because they think that they could get... It would work, they would get more power?
No, because
support.
Because of the whole Black Lives Matter thing.
Yeah, so they did it for...
probably politics.
To get more support.
Yeah.
It's literally a straight up political move.
Yeah, the Democrats are usually more political. Natural Republicans or natural conservatives,
like pure politicians.
They want to get involved in people's lives, basically. That's what a politician is, right? That's how I think about it.
Yeah.
So they're pure politicians, and people on the right or people who are generally American conservatives, they want to make money, right? They're like Elon Musk. They just want to do their own thing.
Although oddly enough, also Elon was a Democrat for the longest time, right?
Back then they just they don't kind of just donate wherever and then like, oh, it sounds nice, so we go with it. But I guess Elon in this election, he saw how bad things would be if the Democrats won. That's why I think he stayed in Pennsylvania and did rallies there because it was a big swing state, right? And he actually even chartered buses for the Amish community, which swung like 150,000 votes or something like that.
Amish community is so huge.
Yeah.
But I mean, 150,000 in the grand scheme of things is not big, but it's big enough to swing the votes.
One state.
I know. I don't think Elon Musk is that altruistic as well. I think it's more like because of SpaceX, the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency,
correct.
they were, just like, hounding on him, finding him for unnecessary stuff, and then also the fact that Biden would do things like, do a conference or summit or whatever you want to call it for electrical vehicles, but then Tesla is not invited.
Why would Biden do that? Because he...
I don't know. I mean, he did it because he's pro-environment, ma. So, but then how can you come up with a fair? Is that the right word? Is it a fair or carnival festival?
Yeah,
whatever it was lah. Invitation to the White House,
EV
right?
festival, but no Elon Musk. It's like something like that lah.
No, because a lot of the Biden and the Democrats is virtue signaling. They want to be on top of that virtue. What do you call
social
it?
SJWs, is it? Social Justice Warriors.
Yeah, no, they want to be seen on the right side of history lah. Put it that way.
Yeah, so to the point where it's so much of virtue signaling. So to the point where sometimes, like,
Doesn't make sense already.
Sorry?
It wouldn't make sense already.
Yeah, like, Black Lives Matter and all that, they were such powerful movements because they were so emotive. But the downside of being purely fueled on emotions is sometimes that it becomes not coherent. Because it's just your emotions raging out, right?
Yes.
So then it's like, Black Lives Matter. And then now you're stuck with this phrase and people dissect it. Then you say, and people say it doesn't make sense. Then you say, oh, you're racist.
Yeah, and they attack.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
They attack the wrong group as well. They attack white young men, which constitutes a big chunk of the voter base.
Yeah. So it's like self-damaging.
Yeah, but not only that. If you look at the number of, I think if I'm not mistaken, only three groups voted more than 50% for Trump. White male, white female, and Native Americans, which is the funniest thing.
The rest all voted Democrats.
Yes, but then even then,
Yeah,
the even like
majority of
Latinos, Latinos used to vote like sub 10%, I think, for Trump, or maybe sub 15%. The people near that he wants to deport, but now it became like 20+%. So he won in so many of these areas. New York almost flipped.
Serious shit.
Yes.
Wow.
It was very. New York was smart. New York is closer, I think, than Florida.
New York is
tighter
always.
than Florida.
Sorry, New York has always been Democrat, is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely,
so
bro.
okay.
It's a
Maybe
blue.
since I want to say since Clinton. I don't know exactly.
So this recent one, it was very close.
Yeah, it's from what
That's
if I
quite wild,
remember
man.
correctly, the margins that Kamala won New York is tighter than it's tighter than what
Florida.
Trump won in Florida. Something like
Wow,
that.
that's crazy, man.
LA is in where? It's definitely a
California.
It's definitely
No, that one is a
It's
free
blue.
54 electoral votes for Trump. That one is easy.
Oh, wait, California is Republican.
No. It's
You mean
Democrat.
Democrat, right?
If it's Republican, it'd be a game over already.
Yeah, it's a Hollywood, California.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why every election the Democrats will start with a plus 54.
Bro,
votes.
but they were saying like you don't need this is what I'm a bit confused on. They say you don't need ID.
Yeah,
ID
that's
to
the
work.
thing.
No, I don't
wild.
understand.
Makes no
What do they mean? Like, what
So,
do you need then?
I don't know this case exactly, but from what I heard is that if you have a rule that you need a voter ID, so let's say our IC,
Yeah.
that means some people are underprivileged and they are unable to get an ID, or like they're not smart enough, or they can't speak the language, whatever it is. Right? So therefore, they if they can't, but they are citizens apparently, and if you do that, then they won't be able to vote.
Okay.
Institute. So they did this study right after the election. They said, look, if you had voter IDs, I think 48 or 49 out of the 50 states all were voted for Trump. If that means the people who had voter ID.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, all these little tricks that they're doing.
That's why Elon was like, no, they had to fix it, because if they don't, then the Democrats will open the border and then
Let random
more
people come in and vote.
immigration.
So why is that in the interest of the Democrats?
Because they would vote, they are more likely to vote. These illegal guys are more likely to vote for
people
Democrats,
who help them.
That is
you.
their perception. lah.
Yeah.
That's the irony.
Yes.
Their perception is all the minorities are going to vote for us. But they don't, I think they also fail to realize a lot of these minorities are traditional. And so when you talk about BLM, defund the police, all this kind of stuff, they're going to be like, what the heck? You know, whatever position you talk about, transgender, all this kind of stuff. These guys, these minorities, a lot of them coming from...
care.
They are, you know...
The hardworking middle... like
No, and then it's not only that,
middle
right?
class, you know.
How about the immigrants that came in legally?
They would feel like, the fuck?
So like,
I know.
I mean, to give a case study, right? I just saw someone on YouTube from China. He was staying in Germany for a long period of time, 15 years. Now he wants to stay in Malaysia. Then it's like, why? So because in Germany, when either the Ukrainian war or the Syrian war, either one, I think it's the Ukrainian one happened. Suddenly, these Ukrainian refugees came in, and then they just got a citizenship like that, or they had like some big benefit
In Germany,
which this Chinese guy who has been working and contributing and paying taxes in Germany,
Yes.
couldn't even get the benefits that this rando refugee got.
But is that Chinese guy, is he the citizen there?
No, but he's trying lah. He's trying to get.
Okay,
benefits.
got
He's
you.
been contributing. I don't know whether he has a PR equivalent. So he got pissed, and then he's like, yeah, I know I'm leaving, and then he decided to come to Malaysia. So similarly, it's happening in the US. So why I think a lot of the minorities, so Latinos and all that, they decided to vote more Trump is because
They want proper immigration.
because they got in the proper way, and suddenly these randos just come in and then they just get it. And then it cheapens their work, right? Like I work so hard to do this.
So they wanted to, their thought was optimistically thinking that, okay, the people that are coming in, they would not bite the hand that brought them there, basically, and vote for them. But they're also banking on the fact that they probably don't think will not have brains. They're just so simple-minded and just go for, they will just support you because you let
it's
them
like
come
if a
in.
company, right? Suddenly you just to attract some new blood, then you pay really, really high. Then you think, wow, that's great.
Yeah,
Who's going
something
to
like
accept no pay? Then the existing
People that work
are
there.
like, yo, are we getting a raise or not?
raise.
No. Then it's like, okay, I'm out, right?
But that is the nature of like the whole election race, right? They're not going to think for the future election. They're thinking about there and then what can they possibly do
Yeah.
to...
100%.
But
Yeah.
you know,
Immediate.
to what Roeshan said, right? Like that's why Elon is by and large on the right. On some issues, maybe it's on the left, but especially as far as his interests are concerned, the bureaucracy is a problem for SpaceX and maybe even Tesla. So he will want Trump to come in to remove this. And going to my earlier point about intervention, this is a classic case of an entrepreneur or a guy not wanting the government to get involved, because dude just wants to go to Mars, right? And the government is in the way. So he's just like, you are, and that resonates with a lot of Americans, because the Americans, the entire being is like, no, we screw the British, right? We don't like big government. So when government becomes too big, then they'll push back.
But I would just say this lah, because sometimes we talk about this being US doesn't really affect us, but US is the zeitgeist, right? Even now, and whatever it is, we have the Bangsar bubble, right?
Yeah.
And this Bangsar bubble, I don't know. I have actually met people who are really hyper ultra left.
In Malaysia,
Yeah, I've met. I worked with them where they are full on.
but in law lah, yeah lah. So I understand.
They're full on like they really believe that they almost paint the entire world through the eyes of like oppression and also sexism.
Yeah.
And I think everybody needs to take a step back. As I think the liberals in Malaysia,
Do you mean left in US?
There's only one type of left, bro.
Malaysia also have its own
I guess I'm talking more about the liberal
in America.
These are the entitled younger generation.
Bangsar bubble.
Bangsar bubble.
Hey, no,
This-
but I think the older guys are like that as well.
God, man.
Yeah.
People our age, are like,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so we are the older guys now, lah, fucker.
Yeah, bro. You thought we were still the young,
Bro, I mean, huh?
we just did Gen Z podcast, right? So
Yeah.
I think we are.
Trying to get the
Not
hits
young.
from the Gen Z.
But my message to the Bangsar bubble community, whoever has bought onto this like Western media propaganda, right? But I'm just talking about the left right now. The world is not just oppression and sexism and patriarchy. It's so much more complex and complicated than that. There is so many layers to it. People are not binary. They don't see the world like this.
100%,
It's like that Barbie movie. Do you watch the Barbie movie?
Oh my.
Hell no, bro. You watched
movie,
that?
man. Hey, it's a good
I
movie.
watched it. If it's just like satire and comedy, it's fine. It's a fine movie actually. But if it's supposed to be social commentary, right? The way they depict Ryan
Gosling.
Gosling's character is like this the Ken figure goes in the real world, and wow, everything is given to him. He immediately gets a job without having to work. He immediately gets this great salary. He immediately gets all these things, right? And all this is painted as privilege, right? Male privilege. But the reality for a lot of guys out there working, struggling, that is not the reality of life. You tell them that they have privilege, they will tell you, my life doesn't feel privileged at all. And when you tell people that, and you don't give them a narrative and story that they can be a part of, you say that everything you are entitled, then don't be surprised later when they are pissed off and they want something else. Right?
So, bro, it's kind of like when you tell Malay people that they're privileged and you bring up the Bumi Putra rights thing, right? They don't feel that they're privileged.
A lot of people don't.
They don't feel at all, and a lot of them don't even know what is the privileges that they have.
That's why, what, to that point, and I'll build on Roshan's point, right? I don't know why any non-Malay politicians they're not taking this as an opportunity. So like what Trump saw was that the left was like vomiting sexism on white males, young white males, and to Roshan's point, there's a big chunk, 80%, that they're like, no way, we are not getting the
Can
the
you
privilege.
elaborate the sexism one?
No, basically like they're saying that white males are like abusing the system and their privilege and all that.
It's the white privilege card lah they're playing, right?
white
Just because you're a white male, you get like what
Christian
Roeshan said
male
lah.
This is the tree.
Yeah,
this is the tree.
so it's quite fucked up.
So, but what actually ends up happening is that a lot of these young men started becoming angry, and they're like, no, we're not getting these benefits. And so Trump saw that as an opportunity, and guess what? A lot of Trump supporters watch Joe Rogan. So when Trump come on, it's like,
whole lot,
for
bro.
sure, right? A lot, right? Exactly.
Whole lot, bro.
So Trump took advantage of this, among other things, right? He took big advantage of this. What's the word? Disenchanted group of people. So I don't see any Malaysian politicians taking advantage of this. Ironically,
The thing is, right, in every society, men and women have complementary roles, right?
And even that is controversial, bro.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
this is going to be the reality, right? Why is it in Malaysia, right? So this is even applicable to Malaysia. I think what Nurul Izzah last year, she came out and said that there's an issue with the number of boys in university. They're underrepresented.
Yeah.
The majority of persons in local youth now are girls, not boys.
Oh, is it? Wow.
No, but it's a global thing also, by the way.
It's a global thing, but it's even here in Malaysia.
But what is the reason for that? Any idea?
This yeah, you can go first.
It can be so many reasons, right? Like, for example, in education, like guys generally, they develop differently. They're going to be a little bit more active. They're going to be a little bit more mischievous. But the school system rewards more docile behavior.
Yeah. Pay attention, listen.
Okay, yeah,
Right?
a good learner,
they get pushed out of the education system, and then that starts a different kind of like career path for them lah. But before even all that, right, my point is just to say that the problem, I think, when we talk about men is that the left, right, they didn't include men because men are not the minority; they are the majority. White men are the majority, so they don't need any help. They have privilege. But what you have done is just disfranchise the huge population.
Not only that, you kind of low-key insult them lah, because it's like saying
Yeah.
you got everything already, what? But then they're like, bro, what you mean by everything?
Why are you complaining? And then
Yeah.
when they don't have this, they search for a bigger meaning like Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
Then when they listen to Jordan Peterson, they say you're sexist.
Or Tate.
Yeah.
Or the
And then
Tate.
they go to then it goes even more intense like Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
And they still double down, instead of asking why are these guys gravitating to these individuals, what is my part in pushing them to these guys? They just blame it on privilege. They put down the behavior, right? But actually, if you talk about the number of like suicides in America,
male.
it's white male. It's like
White male,
something crazy like 85% of all suicides are white male, right? Who are the highest? In prisons?
White male.
It's male. All right. Who are doing the most dangerous jobs? It's going to be male. It's all these demographics, and so many guys don't feel this
I
privilege.
mean, at the end of the day, like a lot of these left-leaning women and all that, they just want the good stuff, lah. But they don't want the whole package. They look at a successful guy's life and they say, yeah, I want to be like that CEO and earn like $1 million a year and all that.
Yeah, but they don't look at the overall landscape.
Stats is difficult for them.
That's
Shit, I should have laughed. But
but that's why I feel like,
Make sure you clip this, you know.
bro. That's why I feel like guys and girls generally they're going to have different strengths and weaknesses, right? The challenges that girls are going to face is they are going to be objectified and used because of their looks. Generally, as a younger girl, that's going to be your most defining feature, for better or for worse. And so that is where you're going to be exploited the most. That's the danger for you. And that sucks. And I think all of us would agree, if we have sisters or daughters, we would not want that to happen. But we have to understand that guys are used in a different way. They're exploited in terms of value. Right? If you're a guy and you're not producing,
status and value.
you're a loser.
Yeah. You sampah masyarakat, bro.
Yeah.
100%. It's like you're not contributing to the overall.
And these guys that are achieving this success that you are talking so much, it's just the 1%. The majority of men are suffering. They are struggling. Every day they are being squeezed.
Yeah, bro, you should just go to T Life, man, during peak hour in Ampang. It's fucking crazy, man. The amount of Grab orders, one guy solo all, bro.
Yeah, and the thing is, then they want to have that like benefits and all that. They want to do well, but then they don't realize what it takes. And so when they realize, oh, actually, you know, it's hard to be a CEO and then like raise kids and have tea time at the same time, you know. It's actually really, really difficult.
No, but if I want to give generally women, you know, like put forward, I steel man their position.
Yeah.
I can understand their position, right? They want to be safe, which in Malaysia, the truth is, women
Not
generally are
very safe.
not safe.
It's not safe.
Right? They want to be safe and they want to go to a place where they have the same opportunities. And I think we all should fight for that. That's no problem. But the problem is when a minority of guys screw up, you paint all men as evil. That's wrong. It's the same thing like, don't tell me there are no women who exploit men. Right? There are for sure women who exploit men for money or whatever. But we don't paint all women.
Conor McGregor gets it all the time. Yeah, people are just throwing.
But do you think human beings only just do that because they just want to have a reason? Because my dad used to say that.
Meaning?
What do you mean?
It's like, okay, so example, right? You're driving on the road, and then like you see a guy that's driving and he cuts you without signaling. Then it's a Honda driver. You say, "Fucker, show China pet, man."
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, why do you need to equate that as a China pet? Could have just been an asshole, lah. Doesn't matter what he is and whatever. But it's like in your head, you just kind of want to have like a blanket statement just for you to self-justify. So in a way, right, I wonder why we do that. Like, why do we need to have a reason? Maybe life's just fucking like a salad, you know.
Stereotypes exist for a reason. I think this is another thing. People equate stereotyping with racism or whatever, right? I think stereotyping is another type of mechanism that we have learned to identify certain patterns.
It's like so weird. Like, why?
Why? Based on previous observations and experiences, a lot of the times, influence from relatives, people close to you that you trust, it will develop into a stereotype. But what you were saying, what stereotype? What do you say? What was your?
No, it's like, imagine like back in the day, right? Let's say you were a British dude, right? And you would see, let's say you would see a huge guy with a red beard come.
Okay.
Sure.
And every time, so these are Vikings, right? So every time come, your whole place is destroyed. Now, whenever after that you see a guy with a red beard,
You're not gonna be friends with the guy, like.
because
you'll
be cautious because this person looks like a type of person
threat.
that has threatened me before. So you stereotype. And to be fair, the person might be wise to stereotype that way. It at least might be wise for the person to be careful. This person,
Evolutionary in the sense.
No,
true.
right?
Bro,
but the
But
problem
today
is,
though, like-
but the problem is to even then to say that all red beards are going to destroy me or kill me is wrong also, right? So like even now when we stereotype, there might be a reason for it, but you cannot stereotype everyone the same.
You see, right? Now, there is a good reason for stereotyping, but also you can get into a huge trouble for stereotyping, right? Yeah. Which is that's the confusing part, lah.
You know, like I've get stereotypes all the time, right?
No shit.
Yeah, being Indian for sure, man.
Yeah, positive and
It's actually
negatives.
very often and common that you get stereotyped.
For sure.
How about let's say going into a lift with a Chinese auntie?
Okay, I won't talk about like the physical stuff, but I will say that like things that I've experienced firsthand. Like I am very cautious to say call racism or whatever, but stereotypes like, you know, Indians, you can't trust Indians.
Yeah.
So, but you know, they tell it to me in the context of I'm not like a normal Indian. So I've heard that before. They said like, yeah, you know, like we talk about doing business. Hey, okay, on business, then he'll say, yeah, but you know, how good I'm doing business. I never thought, because my family members always say don't trust Indians for business, right? Or another one is the positive one is, if you're Indian, you must be a good advocate, right? But what is the inverse of that? The inverse of that is, if it's corporate drafting, get a Chinese. If it comes to talking, because Indians talk a lot, then give them. So it's like a positive, negative discrimination.
Macam yes tapi bukan like that.
But bro, us Chinese boys, do you all agree, like, most of the time you meet an Indian dude, they speak so fucking... They're better than the average, let's say speaking the same language. They are better.
Yeah, but it's the same, like, Chinese generally are going to be better in maths. But not every single...
It's the same.
Or Chinese generally are going to be able to speak Mandarin, but not all Chinese speak Mandarin, right? Yeah.
I think it's the mathematics thing, or often the stereotype, but it's not true.
But the question is, why 21st century you need stereotype?
Why? There's going to be the same stereotypes this century.
It don't make no sense,
Yeah.
If Viking time, guy's going to fucking kill me.
Yeah.
But what has changed? Why should it?
What has changed?
Why do we think that necessarily it has changed? I mean, like, if you like, even
It should change, you mean?
I mean, today, right? Like, the stereotype is that East Asians are good with train making. Today, if you want to make trains,
Japan,
you
you're
beat
talking
around
about.
Japan, China now,
Yeah.
China,
True.
especially.
Sure.
You go to them first, most likely. I mean, you obviously you do a bidding process, like what we are doing.
Uh-huh.
You have to get the French and whoever to come, but
It's
going to be the East Asians that are going to win.
But that's probably because they deserve to win. They are the leader.
Yeah, but it's a good stereotype, right? Like I said,
Okay.
train making is a trait that East Asians are good at. Americans are good at innovation. Like, I mean, it works, right?
Yeah. That's the positive side of and more accurate side of stereotyping. Dude, this topic of stereotyping is...
No, I think
Could work.
Generally, stereotyping, you can use it. I mean, it's a way of you compartmentalizing the world. But if you are so like some of the elder generation, they live and die by the stereotypes.
Correct.
That to me, I think is wild.
The previous generation, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say every Indian don't do business with, or the other thing like poige, if you're an Indian and you get married, the Indian is going to whack you. I mean, this can we at least do it on a case to case basis? Can we at least have an interview, talk it out first before we jump to that?
I just heard one that day when Vic, they were saying, like, because they were trying to say that Vic and Poige are racist.
Okay.
But they don't even know that they are both married to a Chinese. So I pointed out.
Wait, who said that? Some comments.
It's usually some anonymous commenter, right?
It's like X39 ZZ
Like Elon Musk 7 son or something like that. So he said that no lah, actually both of them are like racist. Like, what are you talking about? Their wives are Chinese. They say, oh no, the only reason they did that is because they want to rescue the Chinese girls. I'm like, wow.
The comment section is something.
Don't expect logic lah. I mean, I won't be surprised.
I'm gonna stereotype here. I know the race of the guy.
But the thing is, right, that dude, right, even if you say the wife is Chinese or their partners are Chinese, they will still double down and say he's only not racist to his wife. It's just comments is like that, bro. They double down, they go all the
so
way.
now my favorite, I'm gonna start using it more. Is if they're anonymous and they say something like that, I'm just gonna say you're an opinion rejected.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, takes away the fun.
Okay, but I have one
You
question.
only say that after 10 comments, right? Please. You're gonna stir shit up first.
No, I have to see if the fella say the first thing,
Let it flood
then
first.
it's shit. Then I'm just say I reject your opinion.
Okay, sure.
Say because you're anonymous.
So okay, I have one question.
Sure.
My take is that I think the Democrats have totally messed up for all the reasons I said, right?
Yeah.
They have not given a narrative, emotive, no coherent policies, all this kind of stuff, right? Downplaying, people, whatever, all that. But honestly, I really don't think Trump is... The hype over Trump also, to me, is like too much lah.
The hype.
Yeah.
The hype. Because I really do think that Trump is a narcissist, in a sense that I think he's not doing this out of the goodness of his heart. He's someone that loves the glory.
Yeah.
power competition, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like this round a bit different.
Okay.
Not completely different from what I don't know whether you guys listen to the JD Vance pod. I feel like that was a more entertaining podcast than someone.
Yeah, because Trump is like he's just telling stories, man, and sometimes the stories
So
are
JD
just
Vance, you can
No,
tell
but-
he has done some homework in like.
Not just that lah. Don't you
Intelligent.
homework and entertaining also at talking.
And he didn't stereotype. He married Indian.
What he did
Indian single mother.
Indian singer. Man.
No, it's just the way I feel he carries himself.
Yeah.
He's a conversationalist, but he's really intelligent.
Chill guy. He laughed at Theo Von's joke about cocaine.
Yeah, then not only that, he was like saying that his kids curse. He's like, I'm not
He's
perfect.
a normal dude lah.
Yeah, but
But smart. Yeah.
damn smart, you know.
Actually, okay, Trump
So-
does have good people.
Yeah.
Vivek,
Yeah.
Tulsi.
Yeah, so
Gabbard.
I think even the Robert Kennedy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So what
Okay.
I feel is his previous presidency, right? I think maybe more narcissistic is like, you know, I fuck it, you know, and he did admit this also, and he was saying how like maybe I didn't work with the right people. But
Yeah.
this round, bro,
his squad,
Avengers assemble, bro. This guy, don't you feel?
Actually, the most
So,
if
yeah.
you're at the Democrats, right, to your point, the Trump is only the third biggest threat to you now. The second biggest threat is JD Vance, because Trump will be gone in 4 years.
Yeah.
But
JD Vance,
got
if
another
they
8.
win,
Yeah.
he's going to be 8. So he's going to be there for 12 years.
JD Vance is his vice.
Yeah, he's VP.
Right now,
Vice. But the most dangerous man to the left now is Elon Musk.
Yeah, bro.
Because Musk will be there forever. And what Musk has shown is that if he applied just an ounce of his dedication from his companies to politics, he can literally determine the president. He owns X, and so he's going to go full on freedom of speech, and so he will have a bias towards the person that fits his values more, plus of course give him the benefits for his companies. And he has shown, he identified very early on that Pennsylvania is where he needs to be. He went all the way there, and he went balls deep into ensuring Trump won Pennsylvania. And here's the thing, a lot of people don't, just now, you know, I talk about the Amish. So the Amish group, right, they don't vote one, you know, actually. They don't get involved in what, because their denominations, like, they don't want to interact with the world.
They
right?
just in their community.
They don't even
lah.
use electricity. They don't even use electricity. So you know what Trump did? He chartered like a bunch of vans and buses to fetch them.
And the reason they got involved, the reason the Amish got involved was because the government was coming into their land and, you know, like enforcing regulations, shutting some of, you know, kicking some of them out, whatever. So again, you know, you talk about when you over-regulate and you affect the lowest denominator.
Yeah, you're gonna piss
So
off
Elon
people
Musk
off.
is, and who are the guys alongside Elon Musk? Joe Rogan, Dana White,
Lex Friedman.
all
the podcasters.
It's
Podcast
basically how
media.
Dana White is.
Yeah,
He's just there.
Yeah.
He's crazy, right?
exactly.
He's
And
just
look
a
at all
really
the-
rich, successful
Dana
dude.
White giving a speech during
Yeah.
Trump's.
That's crazy,
That was
man.
wild.
Adin Ross.
Bro,
Andrew, yes, Andrew
Andrew
he
Ross
shouted
also
out.
talk.
He shouted out
shout out
Adin Ross.
Andrew
No, I know he shout out, but he didn't
Andrew
talk.
Ross is on Trump's team.
The Nelk
Andrew
Boys.
Tate is on Nelk Boys. Andrew Tate is on Trump's team. I'm waiting for Speed to join.
Yeah. That's the next one, now.
No, and then so that's there. And then you look at below
Crazy,
Vivek,
yeah.
the Indian guy, Vivek,
Yeah.
Tulsi
Gabbard.
Gabbard. They just hired the what's that guy's name? The ex-ICE director, the guy who wants to deport 3 million people. What's that? Tom? I forgot already, lah.
Bro, it's Avengers assemble, bro.
Bro, how are you gonna beat that?
That's because I think he learned from his past mistake. He's like he was very narcissistic at the time. He's like, you know, I know it all. I can do it. I can solo this shit.
Yeah.
But this round, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna hire people that are smarter than me. You know, I'm gonna fucking work with them. So in some way, maybe not so.
Let's see. Because the last time around, definitely he was, I would consider in
Definitely
a way
last round is
bad president just because people in his staff, you know, the number of
Yeah.
resignations, the number of people on the right they were saying basically he is like a madman, right?
Yeah.
Those things are documented for fact. So if he's going to follow that
Grab her by the
pattern,
pussy, all this, right? Yeah,
that was
yeah,
even
yeah.
before lah. That was
Yeah
no,
lah.
but you see those things, right? Like when they say Trump is
He's a convicted.
He's a narcissist.
Convict. That's what they label him.
No, he's a narcissist. He might not be, and he's not altruistic. But when they go too far, when they start calling him racist,
Oh, the
Nazi,
biggest
what?
one is
Nazis.
Hitler lah. That's the biggest.
it's too far. And what happens is people then see that actually, like they look at past videos when Mike Tyson was, going to jail for rape. His biggest defender was Trump. So then people say, how the heck is this guy racist? And then then a distrust is created for the media. Why are they saying this? There must be something wrong here. Like whenever you see someone sell something too much, and then you're like, there's something wrong here. Okay, so their natural instinct, right? This guy is selling me too
a bit
hard.
sassy lah. It's sassy.
So they have to also think, right, Democrats, they have to think that the people that are trying to target this narrative with, this is the only source of narrative that they are getting, which is the big media corporations big news outlets.
So your point is the Democrat strategy lah.
Yes,
why are they doing this?
Yeah.
See, that's the problem.
Yes.
Their whole, if you sum up their strategy, is Orange Man bad. That's it.
Orange, sorry?
Vote for us because Orange Man is bad.
Orange Man
yes.
is Trump.
That's it.
Yeah.
But you look at how Obama won. Whether you believe in his policies or not, and certainly I don't, he managed to build a vision where America can head to, blah blah blah.
And that's the very minimum that you kind of need to have, right, actually, to want to win, right?
Yeah, and progressively everyone that they got after Obama is dumber. 10-20% dumber. And then Kamala was, and you can say Tim Walz, the VP, is the dumbest of the dumb.
No, but that's why the left, right, there was an incoherency. Like, it just on the face doesn't make sense. You say that, Trump was elected because everyone's racist.
Yeah.
Where were these racists when Obama was voted in? Yeah. You mean they all suddenly
appeared?
Kept quiet? Their racism was like,
Wait for the right time. Wait for the right time.
What the heck? It doesn't make sense.
Trump is coming,
So it's when they go too far, just call what it's not as sexy when you just call something what it is, but in the long run, it's going to help you, right? Like, okay,
Because you sound more consistent.
Yeah.
But they can't think about the long run. They're holding on to their dear life, right? They want to win.
So
badly.
what? Yeah,
But they were cocky. I think the Democrats are the lead. And
Were they cocky?
Yes, because Biden won, they thought Biden can win.
But okay, do you think, I don't think anyone knows this, but was there any sort of like fuckery with the election votes or what? Because the results didn't seem that way at all.
This round, no. The previous round,
Right.
yes, right? They all get the stats. Right? The people who vote for Democrats is usually between 59 to 66, 67 million.
Uh-huh.
But this
Then suddenly in 2020, there was 81 million.
Yeah.
They were like, where did all the
Yeah,
fellas
yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was the previous election. Now it was quite... And then people would label... If you think that something went wrong, there was fuckery, you are labelled election denier.
But you know that I think one of the things that caused them to lose, apart from all their strategies, the way they handled Biden.
But did you all actually think something was going to happen similar also this time?
There was
the
a
fuckery?
possibility. Yeah.
When you all were watching, did you all think? I was just thinking like...
There's a possibility, yeah.
Because I first saw, right, it was 100 plus 100, 110 or what, and then 200 Trump.
Yeah.
Right? And then suddenly, it was like within 10 or 20 only, right?
No, but usually the pump is because of California.
Okay.
So it's like that one.
Okay, yeah, so when I saw that, I thought, oh, fuck, is something going to happen? Like, they're going to...
No, but he won all the 7 swing states. So it's like complete sweep. But I think the Democrats messed up with Biden. The way they handled Biden, and suddenly they say...
He just pulled out.
They just pull out. I think from then on...
Just
he
let him
wanted
go,
Trump to
man.
win. But I think he wanted Trump to win. That's my theory.
Bro, so
Biden.
Biden, I think he wanted Trump.
Oh, that's why the wife.
Biden wanted... Why?
I
Why?
think so. First of all, you saw his acceptance speech after Trump won. You know the whole time before leading up to the election, leading up to him being kicked, right? He was incoherent. He was like slurring.
Of course, yeah.
Suddenly on the day Trump won, or the day he congratulated Trump and he gave that speech,
He was well.
super sharp.
Maybe
he's rolled back the years.
it's kind of like, I can finally say what I want to say.
And then he was smiling, bro. He was smiling. He was like,
but bro, honestly, right, people laugh so much at Biden. I can't help it. I just feel really bad, man.
Yeah.
Like honestly, do y'all think that he wanted to run for this thing while he was running? Do y'all think that he wanted to, or there's just too many other external factors or related factors that it's just that he had to be in that position? He had to go for it. Do you actually think he wants to?
I think you could have said no, bro. You could really just say no.
Yeah, I think he's a career politician. This is the highest. He worked like 40 or over years to get this. So I think he wouldn't want to let it go, lah.
But to answer, yes, I think he wanted to win. But eventually, after he got kicked, then he wanted Trump to win.
But why do you think he wanted Trump to win?
Well, after he got kicked, the way he was handled, or maybe he didn't want Trump to win, but he wanted to screw the
No,
Democrats.
definitely Kamala would have co-opted his whole. Instead of his grand plan, it would have become Kamala's great plan, and Kamala would have overshadowed her, right? But now with Trump taking over, he sort of stands alone.
But the key point is also his wife voted in MAGA red. She wore a full
Really?
MAGA red
Biden's
dress.
wife? What's her name
Joe
again?
Biden.
Wait, but why?
Joe
Why? How
Biden.
can she do that?
She did it.
How? Like,
Mega cap also.
No, MAGA red.
Just red lah.
but how?
And wait, by the way, Biden wore a MAGA hat.
Yeah. But there was some context to that, right?
I can't remember, but I mean,
That was quite right after he stepped down.
yeah. After he started, suddenly he started wearing MAGA hat.
So, y'all heard what Trump said he would do about Ukraine, Russia, and Israel, Gaza, right?
Yeah.
Do y'all believe anything he says?
Based on his first term, yeah. I mean he does want to end wars.
Yeah, actually, his first term as president, his foreign policy at the very least was good lah. Actually, in fact, during his presidency, there was actually the Abraham Accords.
Abraham Accords.
So for the at that region at that point, that was actually quite monumental. But of course, media downplayed it, and then there was no wars, no new wars during
Yeah,
his.
he said it also on Joe Rogan. He said when he was the first 18 months or what he was in the office, there was no attacks or something. No Israeli soldier died or something like that.
But his policy on no war is very helpful to his cause. Most Americans don't want war, contrary to what some people might think. It's just that, in the 2000s, there was the Iraq war because of not because of 9/11, but Afghan war, and after the Iraq war, so like the war fever was high. Then when they saw the amount of money they spent, the people that died, and the time they wasted there, so the sentiment, even for a lot of people on the right and for a lot of people on the left, they don't want any war.
Bro, I tell you something crazy, man. I was talking about Afghanistan. I did a clip, and then there was this Scottish girl that did the podcast. She wear tudung now. She's married. Yeah, she's a popular content creator. She married a Cantonese boy. Really nice people. They're cool, down to earth people. Then we were talking about, there was a clip and then part of the clip talking about Afghanistan, and then the women over there have no rights or blah blah blah. Bro, there's people in the comments defending that. Like people, women in Afghanistan, they cannot speak. The latest one is they cannot speak loudly in public, or even at home to their partner, or maybe to anyone. They just cannot. They couldn't study. I think 3 years ago already. They cannot go to secondary school, right? So there's people that are there's people who are graduate doctors or whatever, and then they suddenly cannot work or something.
I just met a guy from Iran. He said the same thing. It's like you actually Malaysia don't know how good they got it also.
So like I was saying in the comments, there was actually people defending it, over here. So we know.
I also feel like comment section sometimes.
Are they bots, right?
No, not bots lah. I think
some seem
maybe
like bots,
the persona people have, right, are not the same.
Sorry, sorry to cut you off. Some of these people sometimes that I see that are saying the racist shit, right? Straight up racist shit, balik China, whatever. Okay, there's a few of them where they're just they comment whenever there's anything, sometimes nothing to do with politics or race, also they'll just bring it in. They are also the same people. Like, let's say I got the magician on, right? Last episode I did a reel, and they're like, wow, he's really impressive, hats off to him, clap like that.
Really?
Yeah, bro. So I'm like, do you understand? We just come from different worlds, It's not so much of the there's bad and there's good. It's people come from different worlds and they have a whole different. In a way, right? It's like whatever that we think, right, is good. They kind of think.
The perception. The perception.
The perception. It could be the opposite, but doesn't mean that in
their heart, they're bad.
Yeah,
person.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, man, let's eat dog, man.
What?
Yeah, dog is great.
Okay, do I wrap up? Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, guys. If you've listened up to this point, please do me a favor. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. What you thought about this episode? Suggestions who you want to see in future podcast episodes. We've got John from Yamcha Sessions, MJ from FIRL, FIRL. He's also always on Yamcha Sessions. We've got Roeshan from the Rumah Roy Podcast. Is he making a comeback?
The now deceased Rumah.
God willing. Let's see. God willing.
Time will tell. Yeah. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the episode, Please support me, like, subscribe, blah 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 blah, and I'll see you in the next episode. Give it up for the boys.
Missing my homies, I'm missing my oldies, my brothers, my cronies. We all went to court, but before only courts that we knew were the ones where we were shooting three, selling Kobe. To a legend, rest in peace to the old me, rest in peace to my brothers, rest in peace to my whole team. The oldest, I'm missing my shawty.